All right. Listen here. We're back. Warrior Brothers Coast to Coast. And today, our topic is going to be about food. Rabil and myself are going to really discuss some different things, reminisce some things from my grandmother, his mama, some of the recipes and things like that. We're just going to talk food. As you notice, Rabil is moving his lips and stuff because he was eating. And I'm not going to lie to y'all. We eating while we talking. Don't get mad, but we going to eat while we talking.
Salad.
Because he eating salad. I'm eating spinach, rice, potatoes, and some steak. Now, peep game, we going to have some live conversations. So feel free to jump in, leave some comments on Facebook and on the other stuff, because we're about to do this thing. We got nothing but love for y'all. So just get ready, because we're about to talk about food. Go ahead, Rad.
But before we do, I like to let everybody know we're going to have one of our beloved brothers come on. If we could reach him, we spoke to him earlier. He said
so just get ready, because we're about to talk about.
His name is Sharif Imhotep, and the brother has been posting up on Facebook different herbs rather, that excuse me, I said it right the first time, that would
yeah, they ain't talking about weed, herb.
Yeah, herbs. That too. But anyway, because you know that hemp plant, you just got to tell me hemp plant, they made a car out there. Also was for medicinal purposes. But he's going to discuss like different herbs and different vegetables and fruits that's good for you, whether it's cancer. I see. You like you got a hungry man's meal, and
I am a hungry man.
Well, matter of fact, without further ado, instead of me giving you what he's going to tell us, let's see if we can reach the brother. That'll be the first beginning of our show where we're bringing on our guests while me and my nephew sit in the background grabbing.
We gonna talk too, man. But go ahead.
All right, so let's see if I can reach brother Imhotep.
His name is Imhotep.
Yeah, excuse me.
Like the Egyptian. What you talking about? I know about Imhotep.
Okay. Well, then you got this brother right here is a spitting example, because the work that he's doing out in the community, he's been instrumental in the Black Panther Party. He's been instrumental in the North Anti-Violent Coalition. He's been instrumental in arguing for better educational platforms for the children in Essex County, and even in the college aspect of this argument.
Yo, we got two people that's on with us. Welcome, people. Welcome. Go ahead and continue.
Welcome, people. Welcome. But instead of me telling you a lot about this brother, let me come on. I'm about to call this brother and let him tell you a lot about himself and what he's doing and about food.
Cool. And Rab, while you doing that, we gonna touch base a little bit about your mama's cooking.
Okay.
In a little bit. But I want to tell you guys a little bit. What I'm eating right now is some spinach. Boy says something about Natal Brazil. Okay, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. He's from Natal, Brazil. I cooked.
Hotep, hold on for a moment. We have Sharif on the line. Can the brother see? Can y'all see Sharif right here?
What's up, Sharif? What's up, man? What's up?
Can you hear him?
Good, man. Hey, go ahead and put him towards the mic. We're not gonna be able to see his face because
you might not be able to see your face because I got you on the phone. So I'm
gonna go ahead and share a little bit with us.
Spit your spiel to the people.
Matter of fact, Rab, I'm gonna step back and let you really get more on there with him.
Okay. Hotep and dude. How you feel today?
I can't hear him. Put him up on the mic.
How about now? Okay.
Everything good in good spirits, good health.
Yeah, that's a little better.
We on the battlefront.
That's what it is.
We still at the forefront of it. We still pushing. We still educating. We still trying to raise the consciousness of our people, and giving some type of, perspective and clear guidance and instruction in this time in the midst of all this confusion, chaos, lies, contradictions, and misinformation.
That's what it is. Hey, so Sharif, you've been posting different foods, vegetables and stuff like that there for better health, trying to make the people health conscious. Can you tell us a little about that?
Well, basically, ask yourself, what do you really have? You can have all the money in the world, you can have all the riches in the world, but if you don't have your health, you don't have good health, then how can you be able to enjoy it? So our number one priority should always be to maintain and sustain our health, good health, and doing the things possible to do that.
Mm-hmm.
This fight has been a long time fight, because they have never taught us health. They have never taught us wealth.
Mm-hmm.
It's an everyday, lifestyle against a machine that puts profit over people. Before you can go in the grocery store and you can get some vegetables.
Okay.
That wasn't sprayed down with all type of pesticides and chemicals.
There you go.
That had seeds in it that actually grew from the tree that someone picked or actually planted. But now you got all GMOs, genetically modified organisms. You got
right.
Seeds and, so we're constantly, under attack when it comes to our health.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're constantly, in a war, in a chemicalized war. It's like chemical and biological warfare. So the coronavirus is just another weapon that they're using in their arsenal. To sicken us, to weaken us, and ultimately to kill us. So, I've been striving, to be health conscious when I was exposed to it by the late great Dr. Sabi.
Mm-hmm.
This was a great doctor, a great healer, a great one who tapped into our natural way of life back way before the Europeans. He tapped into some stuff, man, that goes way back to the essence, to the core of our being, into who we are.
That's right.
Right.
I've been striving to, learn as much that I can, apply as much that I can, and be disciplined with it. So we've been under a slave system and, been prescribed to a slave diet for over 400 years. But it's not no easy thing just to turn on and turn off. This is a protracted struggle. It's ongoing every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you step foot in the grocery store.
Teach, black man.
It's a battle on what food is getting, what food is out there. So, I just been trying to play my part, in this battle.
So, do you have any suggestions on what kind of foods that they should be trying to eat, or we should be trying to eat?
Well, just look at it. Look at the nature of your meat. Naturally, we are not cannibals.
That's right.
The body, our teeth, our digestive tract, digestive system has not been set up to eat meat and to eat dead animals. Which is contrary, to popular culture in America. That they teach us that we can't survive without eating meat, without protein, without dairy, without cheese. They teach us this, and even their health pyramids, even their doctors, all these people prescribe that. So when you teach others that, then you're going contrary to what they believe, who to be the doctors, to be the scientists, and to be the ones who know. And then our people like Dr. Sabi, Dr. Viola Alpha, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
Teaching us on how to eat to live. So he goes against that. So, as myself, as being a vegan,
Yes, sir.
Has been working for me. So a plant-based diet has been working for me, successfully working. When we say a plant-based diet, means a diet that's based off of the base of the diet is vegetables. That means that the base of the diet is whole grain.
Mm-hmm.
Like quinoa, like spelt,
Mm-hmm.
like arrowroot. These are whole grains. Wild black rice. You know what I mean? Legumes, chickpeas. You know what I mean? These are the natural foods that's produced through Mother Nature. These are not,
Right.
they're not processed. They're not hybrids. These foods grew naturally, was planted by God Himself, and it grows in the proper environment that these things grow. So I try to, if God didn't make it, or nature didn't create it, try to refrain from it.
Okay.
So, having a plant-based diet, it shows that if you deal with diabetes, which is a leading cause of death among African American people,
Right.
heart disease is the leading cause. It's heart disease. Yes, heart
All right, we getting some feedback, Rabil.
I see. I'm trying to straighten it out.
Your camera also has a mic on it. I think you can, if you put it by the camera, I can hear. So keep him kind of close to the camera, but not that close.
Excuse me, Brother Reef. I have a little bit of technical difficulties right here trying to operate some of this machine. We try to get
operator error.
Along with the audio. Hold on, just bear with me, Brother Reef. You can continue to talk, but they still can hear you.
So most of the illnesses are hope-based. Rather if it's high blood, rather if it's heart disease, sugar diabetes.
Can you hear him?
All those
Yep.
things. I mean, are food-related illnesses, meaning that if you change your diet, then those illnesses will no longer affect you. In fact, you can be cured. The medicine is in the food. In the food that we eat. You know the old saying, you are what you eat. So if you eat milk and you eat these things, then this is what your body becomes. This is what your body creates. Everything is created from by what you put into your body. You know what I mean? So it's very important. You know what I mean? So as I was speaking of the swine flu, right? The Spanish swine flu started on a chicken farm in Canada. It came from the chicken. And this so-called virus came from eating bats and other contaminated animals. So guess what? If you're a vegan or you're on a plant-based diet, then guess what? You almost immune. These viruses doesn't exist in you. Because in order for a virus to exist, you need a home inside of you. So if there's no home, there's nothing for the virus to sustain. You know what I mean? So
Right.
my suggestion is a plant-based diet. Or if not,
Now-
gradually stop eating red processed meat.
Okay, so real quick, brother. I'm really loving what I'm hearing. For those out there that are having issues going cold turkey off of meat, give them a little suggestion on maybe how they should change up as far as if they're gonna eat meat, what should they look for? Because and like from my experience living on a farm and seeing how things have evolved, the feed that they're giving these animals and stuff, and how they're getting a lot bigger and they're getting more meat out of something that shouldn't be that big. What should they look for until they can get that and go into just eating, the vegetables and that stuff?
Well, see, the first thing they must do, right, when you're trying to, to heal yourself, you have to be able to create the environment for the body to heal. You have to detox, clean out the colon, right? So you can begin to clean out your gut, right? So you can get these cravings up out of you because they have so many preservatives and additives in it that it's not just that easy. If it was just to say, you know what, I'm gonna do this for the best, it's not. your code, right? When you begin to fast and you start to get a lot of those impurities, get a lot of those chemicals out of your body, then it becomes easier. And then you start to gradually clean yourself off of it. So say if you eat meat 7 times a day, you go every day, you break it down to a day shorter, 3 to 6 times, 5 times, until you get to down once a day.
Right.
So
Right.
some people eat meat 3 times a day, every day. So that's going to be hard. It goes according, each individual is different though. And then it goes with your discipline. You know what I mean? It goes. It's just a whole lot of different things that play a part in it. But this substitution is good because mind you, that feeling of emptiness is going to be there. You're not going to feel full when you're not bloated with those foods. So that's why it's important really to clean out your gut so that you don't feel bloated all the time. You know what I mean? So then you can eat lighter meals and stuff. And like I was saying, quinoa is like it's a little beady looking rice. The whole
Right. Quinoa.
And it's packed with nutrients and proteins as well as chicken. Do you know that little chickpea has 12 grams of protein more than any steak you can get? Little chicken has 12 grams of protein. Hemp seed has higher. So we need hemp seeds, walnuts.
Right.
All those are filled with protein that you need. You know what I mean? So you can eat the nuts and the grains and stuff. And then wild black rice. That will fill you up. Mushrooms. You got people that cook mushrooms and it tastes
like meat. Right. Exactly.
It's just like meat. You know what I mean? And it's not expensive to do.
Right.
You weigh how much some broccoli, some kale, some carrots cost.
Going on, Dale.
There's a whole huge different price difference. You can get you a whole pound of carrots and broccoli and kale and all that stuff, but give you what's some expensive T-bone steaks and stuff. That costs nearly $20 just for the steak alone. Not even counting the rest of the stuff you gotta get with the food. So it's gonna be challenging. I'm not going to say easy. It wasn't easy when I first started out years ago, but I chose my health over everything else. I was young, and then it told me I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol, all these things at 19 years old. I said, damn, I ain't even begin my life, and I'm about to end my life. So, I said, I'm too young to die from this. And I started to make some dramatic changes.
Right.
And stop eating that stuff. I broke it down. I mean, I happened to be incarcerated and working in the kitchen. I was eating like 20 hot dogs a day. They had beef stew, my trays. I had like 3 or 4 trays packed. Just gobbling it all up. When you're young, you're locked up. I'm trying to get my weight up. It was a big thing about, gaining weight and trying to, becoming obese, which obesity is another leading cause that's killing us.
Mm-hmm.
Why any disease, these virus can manipulate us because half of us or 50% of us are obese.
Right.
That obesity as being healthy. Oh, that person is fit. Oh, that person got his weight up, he's healthy. Oh, that person is skinny, he looks sick. You know how they do reverse psychology on us? They got us all messed up. They think that the person that don't got no weight on them is sick, and the person that got all the weight on them that's obese is healthy. When it's actually the opposite.
Right.
But it's still according
teach it, black man, teach it.
Not necessarily your weight, there's also what they eat too.
Right.
We shouldn't be obese. We shouldn't be, all out of shape and all overweight. Which is important to our health. So, you can get the legumes, get the chickpeas, you can get the eggplant. Eggplants are good. It's a lot. And in fact, now, today, it's very easier for vegans with all these meat substitutes. I wouldn't recommend all of them, but it's everything is
Why are you pushing buttons on the screen?
I messed up. I was trying to get his full face in there.
No, he was good. He good. Leave it the way it is.
So the soy, I wouldn't recommend a lot of soy. Soy is fine. It has a lot.
Yeah, soy is bad, man. Soy will mess with your blood pressure.
This got to become almost like a food science, but it's for the greater good of your health. And it's not only for you. If you plan to have children, it's for future generations to come. I
Right.
want to live our lives. We're going to die one day, but that don't mean we got to try to die tomorrow.
Mm.
But we got to have
That's real talk, man.
Or when we get older, we got to have all these.
What's up, Major?
Different medications to be alive. No, you can be 70 and still thriving and still be, living good and feeling good. That's what we want. So if we do have grandchildren, we can be able to, still play with them, still go out to the park with them. But the choices that we make today going to affect us tomorrow. The food choices
Right.
going to affect us tomorrow. But I know it's hard when you got a fast food restaurant on every corner, like you do a liquor store, and then on top of depression, unemployment, and no employment, and then it's war. And the battle is for your life. Because millions of people are dying from all kind of stuff in America. When you go to other countries, you don't have those type of temptations and stuff that you have here in America. You can't go in a grocery store in America without being forced, without being under attack. You can't even walk down the street. You can't even turn on your television without them suggesting you some pizza or some chicken or some Popeyes.
Yeah, that's all about the big money machine. I totally agree with you on that. But brother, let me tell you something. You're hitting some great points, and people got to hear this. I know for me, it's been a real tough struggle, but I have definitely backed off. I started backing off, but the first thing I backed off on was pork. And if you do that first, the other stuff will start becoming easier. Because if you actually look at most of the stuff they're really pushing at us, they're pushing pork and they're pushing chicken, and then they're pushing the beef, like hamburgers and stuff like that. So I don't eat pork anymore. That was a struggle because what's one of the main things people crave for is bacon. And they put bacon on everything.
That's right.
So got out of that. And now, I know me and my uncle was talking, because when I was growing up with him, he was all about, he's been Muslim for as long as I remember. So he was eating beef back in the day. Now he's not eating red meat. Only thing he's eating now is chicken. But like you said, if we get to it, we can get those different things. Like one thing my wife loves is mushroom. And I've learned to saute them things with some olive oil and, man, make them things taste like they meat. I like some of the suggestions you're talking about. The black rice. I've been told that that's real good for us. That's something I want to start investing in, because I'm eating the white rice, but I need to start finding those things, because unfortunately, statistics that you're talking about of having the high blood pressure and the high sugars and all that stuff. But it's funny how there's people out there that can eat 20 cakes and their blood sugar don't raise above 150.
That's right.
So the definitely changing your gut and the habits and the things. They talk about the probiotics and the prebiotics, and they talk about all that stuff. But a lot of the stuff you talking about is naturally pro and prebiotics. I don't think a lot of people realize that. But no, yeah, you hitting the nail on the head, man. Continue.
Yeah, so it's what's important to us, what we value the most, right? They taught us to value immaterial things more, right? So we value money, we value material more than we value ourselves, more than we value life, more than we value our health, right? Because,
right.
Mind you, because us, still being captives here in America and a 400 years of slavery, just surviving. Like, so even for us now, we're still not living. We haven't
Mm.
We in survival mode.
And it's funny that you say that because our body's in surviving mode.
Yeah, so it's like we're in survival mode, right? And so we don't even get to the chance of be able to have a healthy living. Because look at the homes that some of us live in. So it's a lot of challenges. Look at when you're living in poverty, right? When you don't have no job, when you're homeless, you're living on the street. Hell, your health is the last thing that you're worried about. You're worried about where your next meal is gonna come from. So there's many challenges out there for us, you know what I mean? But we just gotta continue to push the fight and continue to educate our people and continue to challenge these things. Challenge all of them, every bit of it. The same
Right.
way the wars on the food. Because now what these people did is they turn to the food industry. They say, hell, I can't push my cocaine and heroin this way, then I'll push it through the food. But some of that stuff is just liquid crack. Some of that stuff is liquid cocaine. I have the same additives in it.
Hey.
It's like, what is it? It's nicotine. It's a chemical cousin of cocaine and sugar and all these things. It does the same thing to the body. It has the same type of cravings and addiction. Especially, and even cheese has a chemical called bromine in it or something, which highly addictive why people have a craving for cheese.
Mm.
So, I mean, so we thinking that we just naturally love these food. No, these people are manipulating these food or making you have these cravings and addiction.
Yeah.
Stop doing on your own.
Hey. Right. Hey, real quick. Hey, you made a statement and I totally agree with it. Prime example, you talking about manipulating foods. Prime example is McDonald's. How many people crave McDonald's? And the stuff that they put in that food, I mean, there's been shows that talk about this stuff, and we still crave to go to McDonald's and get their fries and stuff when we know that stuff is not good for us.
Well, let me interject on something real quick. It's a proven fact that these fast food restaurants have been putting addictive properties in the foods so that we can get addicted to eating these foods so that they can make money off us. What you have to say about that?
Oh, I mean, absolutely. These are merchants of death.
Go ahead.
Like, there's no way. Like, we're in the middle of a national crisis, a national pandemic. And you can drive by, at nighttime, you can drive by any one of these fast food restaurants, and the lines are wrapped around the corner.
Right.
There's no way you can explain that. That's like, you know what I mean? Like here it is. You have a virus out here that's attacking your immune system. And you go to fast food restaurant to weaken you, to put food, to put poison in your body, to compromise your immune system, to make you more susceptible to catching the virus. There's no way you can explain that. There's no way you can explain how you can go out and buy thousands of rolls of toilet paper and disinfectant and other stuff that you know how you can kill germs on the outside and bacteria on the outside, but you put the same bacteria on the inside of your body.
Go ahead.
You can explain that stuff. There's no way if there's not a plan, if it's not something out there that's purposely, intentionally, that lead us down a death road, that lead us to the slaughterhouse. You know what I mean? It's like all it takes is a little bit of a wake culture. I mean, hell.
Yeah.
Biology or chemistry and all that stuff, but I can see the stuff what it is clearly.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, there's two things, my brother. There's two things that cause that problem. One of the things is, like you said, is the chemicals that they put in it. But the other thing is the commercials. You know, they get a catchy jingle, they get a catchy video, and people gravitate to it as if it's to say, okay, it's got to be good because it's on national TV. And the fact of the matter is, it's about money. Simple as that. They're putting out a product to get their money.
That's right, subliminal seduction. You know
Exactly.
real. And they spend billions of dollars on advertising.
Right. Well, I'm gonna kill you off with something else, my brother, because I know we've been talking about this for a minute, but Rabbi now is supposed to be talking about his mama's cooking. One of the things that I've noticed, especially in the past 20 to 30 years, is there's not enough home cooking anymore. Everybody's going out to the restaurants and the fast food restaurants. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Unfortunately, I'm part of that problem. But I remember growing up not having that money and grandma making biscuits from scratch. Now we buying them biscuits that's sitting in the fridge and throwing them on. My grandma can make them things from scratch. Them were some of the best biscuits ever. She was making other little things from scratch, cakes. She was making different kind of foods. I have a lot of her recipes. And the thing is we don't see a lot of that today. We see a lot of people going to the restaurants, going to fast food, picking up the quick fix. Speak on that.
Yeah, because we live in a microwave age.
Yes, sir.
Everybody wants things, they want instant gratification and convenience, right? So before, you couldn't find 100 restaurants to go to as conveniently as you could today.
Right.
You don't have work schedules like you have today. You don't have time. Time is always like, seem like there's not enough time to complete stuff. Or you working extra hours, 2 and 3 jobs just to survive. So it's the way that they set things up, and it's the convenience, and it's the instant gratification. You want things like this.
Right.
You don't even have the patience to wait for a cooked meal, or have the patience to even stand over the stove and cook a home cooked meal. You don't get that work. They have to attend to the kids. So man, it's just so many different challenges that how you see how things have changed, because we have got away from the old way and believing that the new way is better. But the new way is only rushing us into an early grave. This is why you see the life expectancy rate going lower and lower and lower and lower. So we're supposed to be able to learn from history and not repeat the history, that's killing us. So, that's what I think is a big contributor though, It's that we live in this microwave. They didn't have a microwave before. Something that can cook your food in 3 minutes. Something that takes 20 minutes, be done in 3 minutes or 30 seconds. And this is the type of era and time that we're living in. They call the microwave.
Right. Hey, that's one of the things that I'm a mentor to a lot of young men and women, and that's one of the things I try and explain to a lot of this generation is, see, you got to remember, we had the microwave in the coffee, the instant coffee generation, 40 years ago, maybe? Now we have the generation that's used to having a phone in their hand. You got to remember, when we were growing up, we had to use, I'm not trying to put your age on blast, but I'm in my 50s. I used to have to use a dial phone where you had to spin to the number. Now they can just get on a phone and push a button to get one of their best friends, or they can text real quick and get information passed forth. They're not used to waiting for anything, period. So for someone to tell them they got to wait to eat, no, man, I'm gonna go get some. And it's the crazy thing. They don't want regular food. They want the chips, the sodas, the high energy drinks. That's the stuff that they want. They're not used to having that nice meal and it being healthy for them.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. Right. So for me, I try and hit these youngsters. Another thing they're used to doing is playing video games. They'll stay inside the house all day. We were told to go outside and play. Now, and then the only time we was told to come back in, don't let the light hit you. I just saw somebody put that on one of their Facebook things. Don't let if you know what this is, it was a light and it was on. You know what it means. It means don't let it hit you. You better be in the house before that light turn on. Well, now they're in the house and they really ain't going out. They're playing video games all day. They living their life on the internet, and then they're eating microwave meals.
That's right.
So this is that generation, and we need to bring them back to the reality of a nice home cooked meal. And don't get me wrong, I'm pretty certain a lot of them have parents, because I'm gonna tell you something. Give me a grandma all day long. I will eat her food, because 9 times out of 10, she's been through a struggle and she know how to whip stuff together. These youngsters right now, half of them don't know how to cook. Rab, I'm looking at you instead of there you go.
I'm trying to tear my arm up.
Rebecca just joined us and she said she remembered that about the light. She said, don't let the light hit you.
That's right. So, see, most of it, or the majority of it, it starts when we were babies and we were young, right? So
right.
That they have as an adult, it started when they were babies.
Right.
But you don't naturally have it. You're not born with those type of cravings. So when you start to give your child juice rather than water,
right,
potato chips over fruit.
Come on, talk, man.
Their taste buds haven't even developed. This is
right.
This is where you get your taste buds from.
Right.
All the things that are good for you taste bad, and the things that are bad for you taste good, because you're given all the bad things when you were a baby. You don't need to have a taste for those things. You know what I mean? So now when you get sick and you introduce to some medicine, and you introduce to some fruits and some veggies, some Brussels sprouts or some beets, if you wasn't
Brussels sprouts, I love Brussels sprouts.
You're not going to like it.
Right.
So if you give it to a child as a baby, how are they not going to like it when they haven't tasted anything else?
Right.
You know what I mean? They haven't drank anything else. They don't know what soda tastes like.
Right.
They don't know what potato chips, all that salt and stuff tastes like.
Yeah, you don't introduce it to them, they ain't gonna want it. They ain't even gonna look for it.
Yeah. So this is where a lot of this stuff when we miss out is when they're babies, or when we're babies, because when we become adults, then it becomes harder to undo how many years that we all been doing these things. So
right.
When you're young and believing that you don't have to pacify a child with giving them some cookies and some juice. You don't have to response if you gave them an apple, some carrot, something.
Right.
All the things to calm them down. You know what I mean? It's like we set ourselves up for failure.
Right.
Knowing the number one drug to a child is sugar.
Sugar and salt.
To a child. Let's introduce him to a lollipop. And I've seen this with my own son myself, with my daughter's mother. Sometimes not being on the same page with me. Because he loved his fruits, he loved his watermelons and strawberries. I mean, he just loved it. Once he got introduced to a lollipop, oh man, it was over. I seen it in his face. It was like a person that used drugs got their first hit. And that's how he looked at that lollipop. It was green. You know what I mean? He grew a craving for these things that he should not have. So now,
what's up, Lamar? Hey, real quick, Rebecca is talking about something being roasted. I don't know exactly what she's talking about, but she said something about roasted with garlic and pepper, a little bit of lemon and lime, salt and pepper. Roast that bad boy. What are we talking about, Becca? Let me know, because I didn't quite catch what we were talking about on that.
Yeah. On which one?
No. That wasn't to you. I was talking to one of our audience members. Rebecca just hit up and said, "Oh yeah, she talked about Brussels sprouts. You mentioned Brussels sprouts, and she just threw some ways you can make it. Because I was saying earlier too, I like Brussels sprouts also. She said you could take them bad boys and roast them with some garlic and some pepper, a little bit of lemon and lime, and salt and pepper, and roast that bad boy, and they'll come out real good." Oh yeah. Oh, don't get me twisted. I know how to put them things together. I love me some Brussels sprouts, man. You can make, hey, you don't need no meat. You can make that a dish by itself. Them things can be made so good.
But the point I was making as a child,
Mhm.
that Brussels sprouts don't taste good. You know,
Right.
Because you're not giving anything else.
Well, here,
This is what your taste buds are first introduced to.
right. Now, hey, I'm gonna tell you something though. I agree with you up to a point because I can't stand lima beans. That be now, hey,
It's a real aesthetic type of bean.
right.
Many types of taste to it anyway. So it doesn't mix you up with taste buds because of how salty like aesthetic it is.
But
right.
wait a minute, I'm a so-called Negro and I love lima beans.
Yeah,
So what do you have to say to me in terms of my,
Listen.
A lot of seasoning stuff, a lot of things might be good, but it's the seasoning that we use, and, the preparation of it, some people just get good.
Yeah, when I was growing up, I never liked lima beans, but other stuff, other fruits and vegetables, I would eat them growing up. I don't even know where I made the mistake because I used to love spinach when I was growing up too, and a lot of people didn't like spinach. But I don't know where I changed and went from that to wanting the candies, the cookies, the cakes, and all that, and foregoing the fruits and the vegetables. But now I'm back to that where I want the fruits and the vegetables in my life, and finding that battle, especially being an empty nester, because we were used to making food for 4, and now we're making food for 2. So now it comes to where we got to make either just enough to eat in that meal, or we make stuff and then we have stuff left over for the next day or a snack or whatever. But you gotta put those fruits and vegetables in your diet because it's only gonna make it's gonna make you feel better. And 2, if you stop eating all the cookies, the candies, the sugars, the salts, and you focus on them fruits and vegetables, you're gonna see a difference and you're gonna feel a difference.
That's right.
All right, question for the both of y'all. Collard greens. I'm gonna say a word and y'all give me an explanation. First I want to say I see my nephew holding up his tea. Let me just explain a little something what I'm drinking over here on the East Coast.
Yeah.
I got some lemon, some lime, some orange, some
Is that hot or cold, Red? Is that hot or cold?
It's hot.
Okay.
With some black seed oil and some cayenne pepper.
Right. Now, just so you know, I got black tea. I did a little splash of green tea with lemon and lime in it. Cayenne pepper, black seed oil, and elderberry.
Oh, and don't forget the ginger.
I didn't get the ginger this time. I'm gonna do it next time. And mine's is hot also. I'm telling you, man, I'm feeling it. And I'm also feeling the fact that I don't know if it's kicking into my immune system or not, but I'm sweating. And I got the air, 2 fans blowing, and I'm still sweating. So I think this got a little bit helps out that immune system too, man. And your metabolism.
I'm gonna say one word, and I want to get an answer from the both of y'all. It's a food source.
All right.
because we know black folks love collard greens with tomatoes and all that stuff in it. Since Sharif is a guest, we'll let Sharif speak.
Yeah, let Sharif go first on that. What you think about collard greens?
Well, collard greens, I know it sounds good.
I can barely hear him, Rab.
Hold on. How about now?
Great.
Can you say that again?
It looks like a real good leafy green, but it's very,
Can you hear him?
hard on the digestive system.
It's hard on the digestive system. Okay.
It's hard to break down collard greens. You're actually supposed to stray away from these collard greens. It has other types of greens. You can eat mustard greens, kale,
Right.
spinach.
So mustard greens are better.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what I got to say about collard greens. I feel my brother, and I don't eat them as much as I used to. But my grandmother, and we were supposed to have been talking about my grandmother's recipes.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother used to make the bomb collard greens. And I'm going to tell you everything she used to put in them. I'm going to give everybody this recipe. I ain't going to tell you, but as far as this recipe, this is how it goes. So she would take collard greens. She'll clean them and cut them up and everything. She'll take tomatoes, onions, peppers, and then she might use some kind of meat or whatever, oil off of that meat to cook it all up. And then it was in this little stew or whatever. But the collard greens came out banging every time. Every time.
The rest of that stuff will help aid you in your digestion. Just straight up collard greens, very hard on the digestion.
I heard you say something about the digestive system. I couldn't quite hear you.
I said the other stuff, the tomatoes and the onions and the oils will help aid in your digestion.
Oh, right. Exactly. And see, that's the difference between us and them old school grandmamas. They can give you something that might be hard to digest, but the way they make it, they adding stuff in it that's going to aid to actually digest it, and you're still going to be able to break down any of the minerals and stuff that's in that particular thing that's harder to digest. Prime example, what I was just telling you about her recipe. Rabil didn't know, but I learned that recipe, and I've cooked it plenty of times. People love it. That's one of the bombest recipes right there. Did you have something to add to that, Rabil, about your mama's greens?
Well, back then I wasn't really into greens, so it was years later for me to actually enjoy greens. And then when I realized also that greens are kind of hard in your digestive system, I've been pushing away from them. So, but to talk about my mother's cooking in general, man, I think it ain't a man alive who don't have the feeling, man, listen, that's my mama's cooking. My mama cooking always was good. So,
Hey, hold that thought real quick. I just want to put a shout out to a few people that just jumped in. Armin Chavez, hey, what's going on, brother? Miss working with you. My one of my cousins, Deborah Fury, how you doing? And then my sister in love, and my sister Zarina, Miss Brown, what's up with you? She's out. They all listening to us. Anyway, go ahead, finish, Rab. I just had to give him some shout out.
Well, let me give a shout out to cousin Deb. Hey, Deb, how you doing?
She said, "Hi, cousin."
Yeah, you see we had it. This brother right here we have on as a guest.
Easy.
From Hotep. He is a my friend and little bro. He's very
much love to you too.
And been doing a lot of work around the Essex County area.
Hey, Rab, do me a favor. I can hear you, but why don't you put your face in the mic real quick and just say what you're saying about my brother Imhotep? Because he putting in work and out there in Jersey and everything, man. And we want people to know what he's doing because he's experienced. This ain't just some dude talking. He's into this. Food. Armin Chavez said, "Food, my weakness." Yeah, I feel you. It's all about weakness.
This brother here, Sharif from Hotep, I know him, man, I might as well say just about all the brothers' life. And he's been a soldier. He's been forefront on the lines, trying to re-educate, trying to save the people, especially our people. He's been instrumental in establishing and working with organizations like North Anti-Violent Coalition, Black Panthers. The brother's on the move. The brother's a younger brother who has dedicated his life to the freedom, justice, and equality of people that's been held captive and enslaved for whatever time period it is. And I just want to commend you, Brother Sharif, in your long lifetime struggle in trying to liberate the minds, the spirits, and the bodies of all captive soldiers.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Thank you, always been a big brother.
I'm new at this thing here, trying to be a DJ, and radio host. So
Technical difficulty.
see me with the camera on the street, filming Sharif and the rest of the No Anti-Violent Coalition, Black Panthers, etc. So now I'm trying it another way, and I'm gonna thank my sister for making my food right here. My sister got me. She here put my food together while I'm trying to talk to y'all. So y'all bear with me.
All right, but listen, you asked my brother a question, and it's kind of, we need to kind of go ahead and put him on real quick before you start your food.
Yes, indeed.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. You were about to say something, but he dropped the mic on you.
The question was, we talking about the collard greens, right?
Well, he was in the middle of saying something when you said something, and then you dropped it while he was talking, so we didn't hear it. But if you can't remember what that is, that's okay. We can move on, because Rab said something about my mama, his sister, just bring him some food. And we just got finished talking about all this stuff. And I want to know what you eating.
I ain't telling.
And if you tell me my mama's fried chicken, you fried, I'm taking you off.
I'm eating your mama's fried chicken. You hear me crunching?
Man, you making me mad right now. I can't believe you actually said that after I told you what I was going to do.
You hear this, brother Sharif?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So,
Go ahead and drop that science for us, Sharif.
Hey, step back off the mic, Rap.
Right now, we have both in the middle of rescuing people off the streets who are homeless and putting them into a hotel.
Oh, that's what's up.
This is what we're doing right now. So that's what that's been the mission, to get our people off the streets.
Right.
This hotel temporarily, hopefully, they can get transitional housing, get their own place, their own 2 feet. So this is the mission we're on right now. Right now, as we speak, pulling up at the hotel, dropping clients off, making sure that they're good.
Right. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's good to hear. There's not a lot of people out there that would take that time to do that. That's awesome. I see his mouth moving, but I can't hear him, Rap.
How about now?
If you put down the pork chop, maybe I can hear.
That is funny.
Yeah, so I gotta take them inside with nice building with y'all.
How about here?
Yo, no, he basically saying he's giving his salutations, man.
Oh, you out, Sharif?
Yeah, I gotta take them inside to check them
Right.
out.
All right, well, look.
Hey, listen, real quick. Let me say something. Sharif, man, it was a pleasure. We appreciate you coming on our show. You spit some major knowledge, and I don't know if a lot of people even realize what you do. So thank you. Shout out to Sharif for coming on our show today. Man, much love. Hope to talk to you again soon.
Yes, well, likewise. Thanks for having me. Any chance I can get to deal with the people, man, it's always an honor and a pleasure, man. Y'all keep doing a good job and continue to hold the line and put information across, the airways where our people can probably save some lives.
Right. All right, brother. You take it easy, man.
Well, before you go, let me just give you my Black Power salute. Black Power to you, soldier. I love you, right? And I'm gonna have you on again. I'm liable to catch you on the street, pull up my camera, and start recording you there. You know how we do.
Long as you know how to hold the camera and don't drop it.
We're gonna build on this pandemic that they call a pandemic. We're gonna build on this with a smoke clear a little bit.
That's right. Well, you're welcome anytime. You got
Listen, you guys.
Praise, Sharif, just
They
pass
have-
me, and you're welcome.
Yes, sir.
All right. So listen.
Peace, like Brown.
Peace.
Listen, you guys. That was amazing. First almost hour of conversation with that young man. That young man doing major things. We appreciate him coming on. So Rabil decided that he wanted to talk about food today, and that was one side of the coin that we just touched. But I want you guys, if you got some recipes you want to throw out there, like Rebecca talked about the Brussels sprouts earlier, how you could cook them to make them good. If you got something you want to say, I don't know what Rabil keep doing. He keep dropping his camera and stuff. But I want you guys to know that you're welcome to put something on there, and we will definitely give you the shout outs. If you got a question, I will put it on the air. Listen, we all have our thoughts and our opinions and things of that nature. And there's things that we need to get out there that people need to know. So that's why we're talking food today. And Rabil's going to talk about some of his favorite dishes his mama used to make. And his mama, my grandmama. And we just going to have some fun with this. But if you got something that makes you reminisce of food or something like that your mama, your grandmama, your grand, your great-grand, your sister, your cousin, your auntie, share it with us. Then we can talk about it. We'll put it out there. All right, go ahead, Rab. Tell me another dish.
First of all, I'm gonna tell you this here. My mother used to cook so good, make me wonder.
Man, if you put that flute in your mouth, man, you got hey. I'm gonna mute you for 2 minutes now. Hold up. It starts now. We're muting. I just muted him because you know what? I ain't trying to hear him play no flute. We ain't talking flute. We talking foods. If you talk about instruments, then I might see that coming out. We ain't talking instruments. If you notice, he got that piano in the background. He don't know how to play that. But anyway, I ain't trying to hear the flute. Talk about food. But no, you muted right now. Can't nobody hear you. I told you I was gonna mute you. You do it again. All right, now we're talking about food. Talk about your mama's food, something that stands out right now you want to talk about. You back on with us.
First of all, y'all see how he treated me? I'm his uncle. Now how he go get on live and mute his uncle? I'm supposed to be, and I'm older than him.
You're only 3 years older, and I'm bigger than you.
I don't care.
I don't care either. You're 3,000 miles away. You can't run either.
And you can't catch me.
Don't
worry. No, but listen, on the real though, like my mother's cooking, man. I mean, you already know.
Just give us one of the dishes, man.
One of the dishes, I'm a fried chicken man. So,
all right, so we're gonna talk about mama's fried. Oh my God. Okay, first and foremost, I'm mad again because not only did you talk about your mama's chicken, my mama knows how to cook your mama's chicken, and then you're gonna sit there and you're gonna talk about grandma's chicken. But go ahead, talk about it. Why you doing that, my little brother? Let me give him a shout out real quick. Yo, Arch, whoa, what's up, man? I know you a DJ extraordinaire out there, man. Hit us up one of these times. Go ahead.
Well, before I go into my mother's cooking, let me just say, elaborate a little bit on what you said about your mother having her recipes, which is true. And guess who I got with me? Yo,
Oh man, now you're really making me mad. I know my mama lived with you, man. You better stop. You better stop.
I still
Hold on. You want to go there? Guess who I got living with me for 30 plus years? My wife, and she can cook too.
Yes. No
Now
doubt.
what?
No doubt. And yes, she can. And she has
Hey, peep game. You know, I'm gonna have to do a little Bible quote, but it talks about when a man meets a woman, he leaves his parents and goes to the bosom of that woman. Bruh, I have somebody that can cook and take care of me. I love my mama, but that's my woman, and guess what? She can cook.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Now, we to let the audience
Sam
know,
Jackson, what's up, baby?
we grew more up like brothers than uncle and nephew, as you know.
Yes,
and
we do.
We both had a blessing with having time to spend with, my mother. And like this little lady had a pack. She had an impact, not just on us, but in the community at large. Because everybody bore witness to one thing: Miss Floyd can cook, as well as bus rides and the lunches in the backyards and on the block and programs, summer programs to take children on trips and stuff. She was known for cooking. And the crazy thing about it is I'm probably the only sibling that didn't get no recipes. And I'm the baby.
Yes, you were the baby. You were spoiled.
My nephews and nieces, my great nephews and nieces got recipes. But the beautiful thing about it is all of them got the recipes and they cook for me. And I love them to death. It's just
whatever.
Nephews and nieces,
Spoiled self.
Nieces, whatever. I love y'all. But yeah, like my mom's was like, man, only thing I can say is she was the bomb, man. Like cooking, like I'm sure there's a lot of family members out there that's listening, that's sitting there and saying, yeah, I remember that. And listen, let me tell you one thing: those cakes. She made cakes from scratch, from stuff you got out the cabinet that you would probably throw away, and them dang blasted things was truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that, right?
Yeah, I remember. Okay, hold on. Which one was your favorite? Because she made a lot, and I know all those recipes. Which one was your favorite?
Peanut butter chocolate one.
Oh yeah, boy.
My favorite. Above that one that I know you're gonna mention with the orange peel icing. And
Wait. No, let me even go there yet. Let's stay with the peanut butter chocolate cake, or the peanut butter chocolate yellow cake.
Mine was a peanut butter chocolate cake.
Right. Now,
favorite.
That was one of my favorites as well. I loved that when she used to make that. And I learned that recipe. I made that when me and my wife first got married. I want to say I made that.
You didn't hear me.
I know. You what?
I want one.
Oh, you want? Hey, when you come out to visit, I'll make you one. I made that. Man, I made that cake so many times. My wife got tired of it. She got tired of it. She stopped eating peanut butter for a while because I made that particular cake that many times. I'm sorry. I'm kind of addictive that way. I love a lot of my grandmother's recipes, and unfortunately, I would make a lot of them. I would just make them, and that particular one, like I said, I made it so many times. My wife got tired of the chocolate peanut butter cake. Now, you mentioned the other one, which is the yellow or white cake with what she would do is she would take Jello and she would poke holes in the cake once it's cooked and pour the Jello over it, and then the icing would be a cream cheese icing, and she would put the orange zest on it. She would use the thing and the shredder or whatever you call that thing and put orange zest on it. And boy, let me tell you, that cake. Now I loved the peanut butter and chocolate, but that cake right there. And the crazy thing is, my wife makes a pumpkin, not pumpkin, like a sweet potato bread, like a cake, and then she'll make that icing that's almost like my grandmother's. And I'm telling you, brother, look at here. I love that bread that she makes with that. It is cake. It is just ridiculous. She'll make that icing that's almost like my. You gotta forgive me. I just jumped back into the feed. It dropped me out for a second because we got other people joining in, and I wanted to make sure I say what's up when I see them jump in. But that cake right there, my brother, you would slice it. It looked like what people call birthday cake with all the different color sprinkles on top. It would look like that inside the cake. But you'll have those flavors of those Jellos, the orange Jello, the grape Jello, the blue Jello, all the different flavors. And I mean, man, that was delicious.
Well, let me ask the audience real quick. How, by a round of applause, and I want to ask the audience to show me their response on how they feel about what he just said in reference to cooking and how scrumptious you think that tastes. Wow, that's what it is. That's what it is. So apparently,
that was cheesy.
People feel as though when you're dealing with moms and well, the moms could be their moms, their grandmoms, etc. They're all feeling this issue about reminiscing on a particular meal that their auntie, their grandmoms, their mom, their mother, their sister cooked.
Hey, hold on. Before we go any further, I got to give a special shout out to my girl, Michelle Correa, just jumped in with us. Hey, Michelle, what's up? It's one of my martial arts sisters.
How you doing, Michelle?
Anyway, go ahead. So you asking the audience about stuff that make them reminisce about mama's cooking or grandma's cooking, something that grandma made or mama made. We talked about her chicken. We talked about the cakes. And when your boy was on earlier, we talked about the greens. Because them greens I learned how to make, and I'm telling you, I loved growing up. I loved collard greens as a kid. Me and my cousin Deline would fight over them darn greens. And I know you didn't like them, but that's okay. Young Abu, what's up, man? Now I got something that you didn't even talk about. Me before we got on air today, you and me was talking about this, and I'm surprised you didn't pop that out there, because one thing I want to remind people about is I live in California. Rab lives all the way in Newark, New Jersey. I grew up and was raised in Newark, New Jersey. And my grandmother, it was one point in time where we didn't have a lot of money. So my grandmother found ways.
Yes, she did.
And let me tell you, we didn't feel like we didn't have nothing. We felt like we was good. There was a week, I'll never forget it. My grandfather went and bought a big 50-pound bag of potatoes. And we had potatoes for a whole week.
Mhm.
And guess what? I did not feel like I didn't have anything because we had those potatoes. She knew how to do them damn potatoes.
Hey,
That's
potato.
how I said damn, because boy, I'm thinking right now, boy,
Different ways, right?
all right, now look. I didn't even say it yet. I gotta bring this out. This woman from scratch used to make the best biscuits ever.
That's my mama biscuits.
And let me tell you, she can make them from scratch. She used to make several different types of biscuits. She can make the little biscuits, okay? She can make them little biscuits. But I used to love when she made her pan bread biscuits because them things right there, boy, she put it in there. You get that. And let me tell you something. All you people who eat margarine, nah. You throw some butter up on that for real.
And some salt.
And you would be good to go. All I need is bread all day and I'm cool because her biscuits was that good. And before I go any further, I gotta stop. I gotta give a shout out. And I'm gonna give a little something here. Let me see me hit the right one. Yeah. I gotta give a shout out to my daughter. She just jumped in. Nina, what's up, girl? I love you, baby.
I love you too.
Yeah, that's it. So talk about your mama biscuits.
My mama biscuits. Listen, you stopped short. You said butter.
On purpose. I ain't talking about the syrup.
And throw some syrup on it or even some preserves.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh my goodness.
Great. Back in the day, it was grape jelly, but now we would probably do the strawberry jam or something like that. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something, and this is the white in me. I apologize, but I do some marmalade.
Listen, just give me some preserves, my mama biscuits, and some butter. You can lock me in the cell 20 years, and I'm gonna be good.
Go ahead. Spit game on them biscuits, man. Come on. Spit game on them biscuits.
You tasted them. That's why you raving about them now. Listen.
Of course. Hey, let me tell you something. There's pretty much nothing we talked about that I haven't made for my family. And my daughter's on the other, and she hit me up over here. And she could tell you. But see, I didn't just stop there because what a lot of people don't know, I do a lot of cooking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm this close to being a chef just because I've been cooking for 30 plus years. And my kids love my cooking.
Okay.
And then I want my baby, since she's there, I want her to hit me up on Facebook and tell me what she think about her daddy cooking. Well, I know she live with a cook too, but talk about your daddy cooking, baby. Hit me up. I'll tell everybody what it said. Anyway, go ahead. Talk about your mama biscuits or talk about something else. If you got another thing you want to talk about mama's cooking, get it.
Now, Dad, I'm trying. You know what? I'm starting to see that. I don't know if I'm connected on Facebook Live to this. I'm just trying to see if I can.
See, that's it. I keep telling you, man. You behind the times. You need to get them 3 things hooked up so you can do both. Because I'm on that and I'm talking to you. Hey, wait a minute. Your mail, did it come already today?
Yeah.
So probably tomorrow, then you'll get your little switch so you can hook the other 2 monitors up. Anyway, let's get back on the food. You know what? I want you to touch on your mama's chicken because I'm gonna tell you a story.
Well, why don't you just tell us a story about my mama's chicken? Because I'm actually dying to hear this myself.
I don't know if you remember this, and this is something else that hey, there's my sister. What's up, Nikki? I remember one time us going to the park. I don't know if you remember this. And your mama made her fried chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't wait until we got to the park to get me a piece.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get me a piece before. And she made a lot of drumsticks. And back in the day, that was kind of what we was getting, a lot of drumsticks. And she made a lot of drumsticks, and I snuck a piece of chicken. And I think that was the first time I really realized how much I loved, loved her fried chicken. And when we got to the park, we ate, and she made, I want to say she made that. I want to say she made potato salad, either potato salad or macaroni salad, one of them two. I remember one of them salads. And I can't remember what else we had because I was fixated on the chicken, but we went to the park. I want to say we went to Branch Brook. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember that one.
Oh my gosh, come on, man. We was young, man. Come on now. You remember all the stuff. You remember some of the stuff we did when we was young, but you can't remember going to the park and your mama food? Really?
No, we went to the park a few times.
Exactly. You don't remember your mama making her chicken when we went to the park, having a picnic at the park?
My mama always made chicken because you know that was one of my favorites, and I always got a chicken breast. So I remember several chicken park trips, especially.
All right, so you remember them. Do you remember one that we went to and we had it like a picnic and we laid stuff out and we ate and we enjoyed the park? You don't remember that?
Not particularly offhand.
Hey, how many times you get dropped on your head when you was younger?
Same as many times I
Hey man, come on, you killing me right now, man. Love you too, sis. Love you too. Hey.
Y'all see how?
Oh, hold up. Rab, hold on a second. I'm yelling at my sister saying what's up, but you don't know about my sister Nikki that live up the street from you, man.
Huh?
I got a sister that live in Atlantic City or close to Atlantic City.
That's not up the street.
That's 2 hours away. That's up the street.
And that's on the other side of Jersey.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Hey Nick, how you doing? But would you explain to your brother, Kung Fu Panda, that we're on two totally separate ends of Jersey? You on the lower end, I'm on the upper end. All we in both
I'm
of us.
about to kill you off though. Go ahead. You want her to explain that, but I live 3,000 miles away. You can drive 2 hours. No, I'm sorry. You can drive 2 hours. You don't drive. That's the problem with East Coast folks. A lot of them don't drive, especially when the ones that live in Newark. No. Hey, hold on. Now my brother hit me up too. Now, hey, you guys know George Foreman. George Foreman had a bunch of kids and he named them all George. My daddy did the same thing. So I got a brother named Archie and his name's Archie. What up, Arch? The Archinator, DJ Archinator, what it do? Rabil can't see this, I don't think, but Nikki, he lives in Newark. Oh, you see it?
I can't see them, but I'm seeing the words come up. I'm seeing
Yeah. He lives in Newark, New Jersey, where my mama live at. He lived with my mama. Him and my mama live together. He's 3 years older than me. We grew up like brothers. Go ahead, Rab. Finish your story, even though you couldn't tell me about the chicken in the park.
No, actually, you were telling a story about the chicken in the park because I remember several stories, but the intimate details of them, I'm lost. I guess that chicken deal must have been a little bit more profounder with you, whatever experience.
No. What was profound to me is your mama was my mama, even though that was my grandmama. What was profound to me is I was willing to sit there and learn. Yeah, she said 2 hours away, like I said, homeboy. Anyway, you was running the streets. I wasn't as much as you until I turned around 15, 16, and I really started running the street, going over to New York, doing all that kind of stuff. But that being said, I watched her in the kitchen and I learned her recipes. Me and Deline, God rest her soul, that was my cousin slash auntie slash mama. She was 8 years older than me, but she act like all those and rolled up in one. We learned a lot of your mama's recipes because we was in the kitchen listening and learning. Man, man, if you don't turn your phone down while I'm talking.
You heard that, right? You see, it made me jump and try to grab you.
Yeah, I saw you jump. Your big old head. Anyway, love you to death. But it was profound to me because she was my mama. I had like 5 mamas in that house. We grew up in a house on South 8th Street in Newark, New Jersey.
131.
And yes, 131 South 8th. Give a shout out to you cats in Newark still on 8th in the struggle. Anyway,
Baghdad.
Let me tell you, that was an experience for me because the women in that house were strong.
That's right.
And they had no problem putting people in their place. Which why to this day I have a strong woman that I'm married to because I can handle a strong woman. A lot of brothers can't do that. They can't handle a strong woman. It takes a strong man to handle a strong woman. But that's another story for you ladies for another day. But anyway, them women in that house basically shaped me for who I am today. And that main matriarch, your mama, instilled a lot into me. And here's the crazy thing. Let me tell you how much and why I'm saying that she instilled so much to me. Do you realize the job I have right now? I'm about to change into something else, but the job I've had for the past 10 years, your mama did when we were growing up.
That's right. 9th Street entrance.
No. Yeah, 9th Street entrance. Yeah, you're right. 9th Street entrance, 11th Ave, between 11th and Central Ave. You're talking about Dr. Martin Luther King Elementary.
Some of the old timers that's listening to this going to remember that. Going to remember her being posted by the door. And
yes.
Remember, look. This is a funny story about my mother. I remember.
Man, if you talk about my mama, man, we gonna fight.
Look, I remember playing hooky.
Hooky or hooky?
Hooky, hockey, whatever. But I got the hockey stick when she caught me.
Yes, she did.
Look, and I was trying to jump.
All 5'2" of her.
Look, I was trying to hang jump out the 2nd floor window. She got down to the hall. Now, mind you, I'm on the 2nd floor. We hear it over the intercom, right? And we hear the names, and my name popped up. So I ran instinctively with the rest of the guys. We trying to run down the 2nd floor to jump out to the window that's in the back part of the playground where you're going through the little alleyway entrance to lead out on 9th Street. And as soon as I got out the window and I'm hanging, it's a hand that grabs me and pulls me back in. Now, my nephew just said she's 5'2", and that's exactly what she was. Little woman like that pulled me, yanked me right back in the window, full body and all. Man, I got the beating of my life. Imagine being dumb enough to play hooky in the same school you go to that your mother works in. Everybody in the school know your mother.
Right. Brother Lamar back in. Peace, man. What's up with you? Listen, Rab. I tell many stories about your mama. And I know we're supposed to be talking about food, but since people ain't really sharing anything or popping it up so I can kind of spit it out on the airwaves, food. But if you guys got something, feel free to say something because I'm going to speak. I'm going to let it know. I'm going to let it be known. I'll mention your name if you want me to. If you don't mention your name. Anyway, some of us the feds are looking at us. Your mama, and we got this saying in my family out here in California, your mama was gangster. Now, I remember your mama, when she retired, She did not want to fight with us when we were getting in trouble. She wasn't going to chase us no more. I remember one time me getting in trouble and I was going to try and run and fight it. I didn't want to get spanking or whatever. She tied me to the bed and whooped my butt. Now, today, that would be considered corporal punishment. CPS will be called and all that stuff. Hey, if you a parent, whoop your child's butt. They need it. They need to know who's the boss.
Go deep in trying to break no skin, but
yeah. I ain't saying break no skin. I ain't saying kill him. Whoop that tail. The police will tell you, spank him. Stop worrying about these people telling on you. Take charge of your child. Whoop your child when they need to be whooped. Now, I'm not saying they just walked in a room and you putting hands on them. Come on. If they did something that gonna harm them, harm you, or they doing something that you know that's not right, put your hands on them. They're gonna love you for it later. Hey, for you Bible-toting people, you don't love your child if you don't put your hands on them. It says it in the Bible. I ain't even gonna find the verse right now because I ain't got time for that. We talking about this, and what we talking about is Rab's mama, my grandmama, mama. We talking about her, and we talking about her food and stuff. But then we got into a gangster attitude. But you asked me a question about the profound effect she had on me. Man, I am what I am because of that little 5'2" woman.
I am because of that. Man, you sound like a chicken.
I am a chicken. I would not do any. She tell me to sit down. I'm gonna say where at and how low you want me to sit down. Yeah, you ain't even got it. Look at, I got them stuck on stupid right now, y'all.
Actually, because I would have done the same.
Exactly.
So what kind of
5'2"
I might sit up here and joke, but I ain't gonna sit up here in style. Man, there's been many times she done smacked me into a corner.
I don't even want to talk about getting smacked into something.
Hey, look, you get in another room, right? It's kind of like Eddie Murphy saying with a shoe. You be in another room, right? And that slipper hit you and turn corners and go under the closet door and
the
garbage can.
And, I gotta say this. And this is why I love my sister. You know what? We ain't seen each other since my son was 17. My son's 28. So it's been 11 years. Sis, I love you. And that statement is profound. Listen, she right. It takes a village to raise a child.
Yes, that's
so
right.
Let me tell you something. My brothers, like my brother that was on there out there right now working, taking people off the streets and getting them in the hotels and stuff. It takes a village. A lot of us don't want to. Hey, hold on. I got some feedback. A lot of us don't want to get involved. We scared to get involved, but we see kids talking back to their mamas in the supermarkets and stuff like that. Listen, it takes a village to raise these children. We get mad because we see children sagging their pants and walking in the street, speaking as if they don't have a parent, and we won't say nothing. We won't speak on it. Listen, men, I'm saying this to y'all because I can, and I'm quite frankly, I ain't scared of no man, so I'm gonna put this out there. It is our responsibility to step up. One, if you have kids, you need to be in those kids' life. For too long, we've allowed women to raise our kids by themselves with no help. I grew up that way. I did have the aunties that I talked about, and I had my grandfather for part of my life. But there's a lot of kids out there that don't have the male in their life. a man needs a man to become a man. First off. Second of all, the little ladies that are in those families need their fathers in their lives, because we know what a man looks for, and we got to be able to tell our young daughters, those young ladies, to be careful of the snares out there, because all boys want are one thing. Yeah, I'm snitching on y'all. Renee, young lady, my little girl, what's up with you? My mama, oh my God, hold on a second. Hey, Rad, you can't be putting my mama on right now and not even introducing or saying anything. That's the whole game. That's the whole game.
On the phone, I got his mama on the airways. Now he's been selling me a bunch of noise. I got my sister. Get him, dude.
I got salam alaikum, mom. Listen, I got nothing but respect and love for my mama. So I still ain't scared, Rad, because you put my mama on.
Well, I'm on here because you was talking about my mother's cooking.
Okay. We gonna hold on. Mom, hold on a second. Y'all, we gonna stare back to the food for a second. But I don't want you fellas to forget what I was trying to come at. But my mama just got on, and I'm gonna defer to her because that's my mama. All right, mama, go ahead. Talk about your mama cooking.
Now you were talking about the biscuits and all that, and nobody talked about her greens, potatoes.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Did you talk what was in the greens?
Mom, come on. I got the recipe. You know I got the recipe. You taste the recipe. You told me it tastes like your mama's greens. I talked about your mama's greens.
Well, when I have my cooking show on pretty soon, the recipes, my mother's cooking. And I'm hoping that some of her siblings, like her brother's kids and her sister's kids, come and give me some of their recipes.
Hey, Mom, I got a question.
On there too.
Mom, I got a question. Can you hear me, Mom?
Yes, I can.
Is Deborah one of her like her nieces or something like
that?
Daughter. Deborah was on earlier. I don't know if she's still on. She said what's up to me and Rad.
She's Uncle Sonny's, well, Uncle Al.
Oh, that's Uncle Sonny's. That's Uncle Sonny's. Oh, that's that's my favorite uncle.
The first set of kids.
You know that's my favorite uncle.
Hold up. Let me say something.
Hey, no. Hey, Rad, you are my brother. It don't count.
Okay, you better straighten that up. You better straighten that up.
I'm not scared of you. Keep telling you, you're only 5'7".
I will fly over to 3,000 miles, boy, and kick a bone at your hiney.
And then you will wake up and apologize. Oh no. She said, "Hey, Mom, your cousin Deborah is still on." She said, "I'm still here."
Oh, thank you.
So say hi to your cousin.
Salam alaikum, cousin Deborah. Yes, I want you to, if you remember Uncle Sonny or Uncle Al, I'm so used to saying Uncle Sonny. If you can remember some of his recipes, if you don't, well, some of yours, it would be very, rewarding for me and for all of us, to get on the air and just get some of them, recipes, from our parents, or like I said, even yourself, I remember one thing when we were raising up Tahira. She didn't like vegetables, so my mother would put a little butter in the bowl, some sugar, and some cinnamon, and put it, as the vegetables were cooking, and put it in there. And that's how she began to eat her vegetables cooked, just plain. I don't care how you did it. She didn't like it until my mother put that little recipe in there for her. So we got anything like that. Hey, feel free to call us, write me, anything, so we can put something on it, air when I get this cooking show started.
All right, Mom, just so you know, Deborah said hello to you.
Yeah, and I love her dearly, even though I haven't seen her in years, and I'll be so glad to see her.
Where's Deborah at? Is she in Jersey?
No, she's in, I think she's in either...
I know y'all can ask her, right?
Part of California.
Hey, listen, Listen, I just said that out there. If she wants to tell me where she's at, she will. But I figured my mom knew, because you got to remember, you guys talk more to both sides of that part of the family than I have.
Mm-hmm. I believe it's either some part of Florida or California, if I'm not mistaken.
Don't tell me she's part of California and she's been out here all this time and I never seen her. I'm gonna be real upset right now.
I'm not sure. That's what I'm saying. I think
so it's been so long, I can't remember who is who. Cousin Deborah, my mom is Dolores. I'm Archie, or I go by Art Womack, but I'm Archie Womack, Dolores's oldest son, and then Rabil is Kevin Ford, aka, and that's Ethel's son. But we all grew up in that same house. That's why we tell everybody we grew up like brothers more than uncle and nephew. And she says she's in Florida, Mom. She's not in California.
Yeah,
I'd be mad at you.
No, but I was saying.
No, wait.
Florida.
She lived in the Virgin Islands.
Wait a minute.
I think
it's Sandra and Deborah. I can't remember which one lives in St. Thomas.
Didn't we see Sandra? Didn't she come to Adele's funeral?
No, that was cousin Bunny.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
And Jeff.
She said my auntie's son. Yes, that's Rabil, your auntie's son. Adele, Ethel is her auntie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, she lived in the Virgin Islands and now she lives in Florida.
Okay, all right. I knew it was one of the.
And we got family still out there in the islands right now, right?
Yeah. Her sister, one of us.
See, one of these days I need to just go out to the islands.
That's what I wanted to do. That's why.
If I go out, I might not come back though. Yes, Aunt Ethel, correct.
I gave my money up and I'm going to St. Thomas. hey,
I only got one thing to say. If you tell me that you're gonna be like Stella and get her groove back, I ain't talking to you. And what is a girl like you doing on that beach like this all alone?
Don't mention that beach. You talking about me and my sister? Don't mention that beach.
Oh, that's right. I was actually doing a the Eddie Murphy impersonation, but yeah, I'm not talking about that. She says, no, I presently live in St. Thomas. She's visiting. She's the one that lives in St. Thomas.
Okay, but like I said, that's the one who I was going to go see.
Right. Well, then right now she's in Florida visiting someone in Florida, I guess.
Probably her sister.
Oh, okay. But you know all that, but you don't ever tell me stuff.
Well, my mind,
Hey, Bob, I was waiting to see if you was gonna get me on that one, but you didn't. You didn't fall for the bait.
No, I'm trying to be nice. What did you tell me when I got?
What's up, G-Man? What's up, G-Man? My boy G Roy just jumped back in.
Mm-hmm. You told me to be
Mr.
nice.
Schooner. So go ahead, Mom. Talk to me a little bit about more about your mama cooking. So we talked about the greens. I mentioned the greens a lot earlier in the show.
Potato salad.
And see, that's what I thought it was. I said something about that. See, I know I'm not losing my mind. Real quick before I go into that, Deborah says Sandra, her children, and my children live in Florida.
Okay.
So that's why she's in Florida. She's visiting. Yeah, that's what's up. That's good to hear, cousin Deborah. One of these days, I'm gonna have to visit you in St. Thomas because I had never been to the islands. Now, the potato salad.
I think I had that number. I'm not sure. I gotta check my phone again.
Yeah, you need to. You need to stay in touch.
Yeah.
Anyway, I ain't gonna tell you what to do because you're my mama. Anyway, Mom.
If I don't, Bud has all the numbers to the relatives.
Okay, Mom. I need you to talk about your mama's potato salad because I was telling Rab about the picnic that my grandmother took us to in Branch Brook Park, I believe it was, and she made her fried chicken and she made that potato salad. I thought it was either potato or macaroni. I couldn't remember, but the more you say a potato, I'm thinking it was a potato salad, and it was bomb. But I loved her chicken so much, I had to sneak a piece of that chicken. Mr. Mike Hendricks, my big brother, what up with you? Talk about that potato salad, Mama.
Do you want me to tell you what was in it?
You can do that too, because I know you know how to hook up some stuff too. Because I want you to talk about one of your recipes in a minute, and I'm gonna tell you which one. But talk about it.
Well, her potato salad was good. She was for the ones because she put onions in her potato salad, so a lot of us didn't eat the onions. So, but she would have the round.
I did.
Oh well, then you know how it was.
Whatever my grandmother, listen, me and Rab was talking about this. Whatever my grandmother made, I ate. The only thing I didn't eat was lima beans.
Well, you know, that was when the hard times were.
Now you my mama. You knew I ate everything, including vegetables.
Oh yeah.
Even as a baby. As a baby,
you did not show food away.
Yeah, exactly. I remember getting mad at my little brother because he didn't know how to eat chicken right.
Yes, I remember that.
I ate the chicken off the bone. I didn't play that game. Oh, real quick, Mom, your grandbaby says hi. Nina.
Oh, hey baby, how you doing?
Now I gotta go ahead and hit this real quick. Now I'm known in my family out here in California. I'm known real quick. Khalida, Talib, what's up with you? I'm known for making deviled eggs. But you did something that blew my mind.
Okay.
Now, I consider myself a deviled egg connoisseur. But when you made deviled eggs, you put little pieces of carrot in them.
Yes.
Talk to everybody about that because it blew me away.
I believe I got that recipe from one of my cousins. Matter of fact, Dorian. He was making some deviled eggs. I think we was having something at the house, and he started making, boiling the eggs and putting the mayonnaise and the relish in there with some of them, and then he started making these, straightening up the carrots, and I'm saying, ew. He said, "Don't say ooh until you taste it."
Exactly.
I tasted it and it melted in my mouth. You couldn't even taste that it was carrots in it.
Exactly.
So fine. And that was so good. And ever since then, I've been making them.
And when you made them that day, I'll never forget it.
Yes.
I was like, carrots? Are you serious? Them things is bomb.
Yes, everybody here, when something going on, they say, Auntie, did you make the deviled eggs? And I say, no. Well, it ain't no picnic or nothing here if you don't have your deviled eggs,
Right.
Even right now, my sister's kids, when they come over or something like that, Auntie, don't you want to make me some deviled eggs? And I say, yeah, or even no, but they.
Right. All right, so Mom, I got to hate a little bit, but this hate is going to bring us back to some love.
Okay.
And hold on one second. Damn, how did you know I was watching? Khalida, I love you. My girl asked me, how did I know? I could see I got my Facebook page up on another screen. My boy Mike taught me very well on this technical stuff. Anyway, Mom, I'm gonna hate a little bit because back in the day when I was growing up, you weren't a good cook. I put you on blast. I apologize.
And that's because I used to just watch TV, and TV had my eyes instead of the stove having my eyes.
Mom, you don't have to listen, Mom. You cook so good, you don't have to make an excuse for it. But I had to put that out there.
No more.
And the reason I had to put it out there, because I know Rab is going to remember this too. That back in the day, you used to burn food. But I'm going to tell you something. That helped me. Go ahead.
I remember my father. I had burned so much food one time. My father said, "If you burn this food, you're gonna sit down and eat it." I didn't think he was gonna let me do it, and I burnt some. He said, "Okay, if we have to eat it, you're gonna eat it. Sit down." And he made me a big plate.
Do you remember this? I remember she was boiling some eggs and burnt the pot.
Bye, get out of here. Too much now.
I don't remember that, Rab. I really don't. I ain't even gonna act like I do.
Yes, I did. That's why I came over here telling you. But I think actually I really didn't start really cooking real good until when? I really can't remember when I started cooking good, but I know I did.
Right. Yeah, Mom. I tell everybody right now, I put you on blast to say that you're a hell of a cook right now. So although you did what you did before, you really can cook now. So, Mom, we're gonna talk about something else because I had to turn around and tap myself on the back a little bit when you told me what you told me. So I'm gonna talk about your fried chicken.
Oh, the recipe that I showed you.
Right, the recipe you showed me. Go ahead.
Yeah, and you did it better than me the first time. And I was kind of like, kind of jealous there, you know? I was really kind of jealous. I taught him the first time he poured on and cooked it better than me. I said, all right, I'm not showing him nothing else.
and the crazy thing is my mom, a lot of you guys don't know, when I was about 10 years old, I want to say, I actually took some cooking lessons, and I won a lot of cooking ribbons and stuff, first place cooking ribbons. And my mom she held those for years. And so between getting in the kitchen with my grandmother at the age of 5, because I wanted to make an egg because we ate cereal on Saturdays and I wanted eggs and bacon and all that stuff that everybody else was eating at that time. I learned how to cook. I learned how to really make food taste good. And I learned that from my mama's mama.
But didn't she make you get in that kitchen and cook breakfast for everybody? Not just
yes, she did.
So you can learn how to cook.
And she told me one thing. She liked her eggs a certain way.
Right, that's right.
And if you made them wrong, she wasn't going to eat them. And she'd tell you to go back and make them right.
That's right.
She liked her eggs scrambled, and she liked them soft scrambled.
Scrambled, that's right.
And the first time I made them hard scrambled. And she was like, "No, I don't like them like that." And I was like, "Well, Grandma, but these are eggs. They're scrambled. They're the way you like them." She said, "No, they're not." And she said, and she took me in the kitchen. She said, "When you make my eggs, this is how I want you to make them." And she showed me, and she told me, "You got to stay there and you got to do it. You got to stir it. You got to keep doing it until it's almost done. You take it off the heat and you keep stirring it. And then as soon as it gets just right, hurry up and take it off." And I learned that. And so she made sure I had the skills to make individuals taste as well as make a full course meal for everybody, but make it so everybody liked what they had. So if you didn't like a certain thing a certain way, I would make a little bit for you off to the side and do it like you do in restaurants. Right. So she made sure that I learned that. And getting back to your chicken, I'm gonna give a little bit of your recipe out because I can do that.
Give me one favor. In a way, I don't want it on the air because when I get the cooking show, this is what I want to do. So if you
I'm just gonna say one thing. I'm not gonna give everything that you do, but the one thing that you did that I do now that I didn't do before when I was cooking your mama's chicken, because your mama didn't use what you showed me.
That's right.
And the one thing I'm gonna say that one thing only. And when you explain your chicken and when you're cooking stuff, you're gonna tell them the whole details.
Yes, I am.
But the fact that you use mustard,
You should have that it. Come on. Why did you do that?
I said I was gonna say one thing. That's the
Oh,
one
you did.
thing. That's not the whole recipe,
I know,
Mom. That's not the whole recipe.
I know, but that's the trick, right?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
You don't think so?
I can make chicken just as good without that, but that just took the chicken to the next level.
Yes.
There's people out there that can't even make the chicken. So your show is good. It's safe.
Okay.
But I just have to mention that because that chicken hits your taste buds, and boy, they be all over the place.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so I just want to put that out there. But how you gonna get on my show? Tell me I can't talk about your stuff because you're gonna start your cooking show. And we talking. Wait. See, you my mama, but I gotta do you like I do your brother. Wait. Now you gonna get on my show
Yes.
and tell me I can't talk about you, and we talking about food.
But honey, listen. The reason why I'm saying that, because you guys are gonna produce my show, right or wrong?
Yeah, true. But still, you could talk a little bit about your chicken. Come on, Mom. Hold on. Hey, I want y'all to know something. Y'all notice how calmly she's talking to me. Boy, she would be giving me reading me the riot act in the 3rd degree right now. But she being so sweet and so nice. Assalamu alaikum, Mama.
That's why I'm watching my mouth, because I just turned Muslim over 2 months ago.
You watching your mouth because you're staying in control. And I love you dearly, Mama. And you know what? We don't have to talk anymore about your recipes because you're going to be doing your show. We're going to be airing it. And so we want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And Rab, what is he back there doing? Because I think he back there eating, huh?
No, he built his juice that he had. So he
Oops. Oh man, did he mess up that 2-year-old outfit he had on?
Oh,
Naked people, I'm mad at the fact that you got naked people on your shirt, but it's a 2-year-old outfit. That's an oxymoron, bro.
sticks and stones, brother.
Okay, it was nice for you having me on your show now.
Mom, I love you.
I love you too, son.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing with us a little bit, talking about your mama's potato salad. Ethel Ford had.
H Street loved her cooking.
Yes, everybody in A Street knew about Ethel Ford. You're right about that. And like I said before, y'all still out there in the struggle. I know y'all remember when she used to do the block parties and all that stuff too. The woman could cook, and I learned from the best. And Mom, I just want to say thank you for coming on. We're gonna be putting your show together soon. So any of you guys want to see her recipes and some of the stuff that she's getting from other people, feel free to come on out here and watch her as well. We don't know the date yet when that's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen soon. Love you, Mom.
Love you too.
All right.
Talk with you later, cousin Sandra.
That was cousin Sandra. That was cousin Deborah.
Oh, well, both of them. I will record them shortly.
I'm not sure if Sandra's listening, but if she's listening, she said talk to you later as well, cousin Sandra. But she meant to say cousin Deborah at first, but we talked about both of y'all, so I guess she thought it was you, but it was Deborah. Anyway, yeah, Mom, love you. Thank you for getting on.
Hang on there. Hang on there. No, take the phone. Hang on there. Let you come around this way. Stand up for 1 second.
And while they're While we're waiting for them to come back in, I'm gonna be on waiting for Rab to get back in the studio. Tell me what you guys think. Give me some recipes that your parent, your grandparent, any of them had that stood out to you. Give me a little bit, type me a little bit of something. For those who have my number, or text me or whatever, go ahead and do that. Because we want to know, because like my mom said, a lot of you guys got recipes. We want to hear about it. I think Rab is back in the studio. I'm gonna go ahead and bring him back in. What's up, my brother?
My brother, how you
Tell
like this?
my mom real quick that her cousin Deborah said goodbye.
Deborah said goodbye, D.
Okay.
She said, okay, Deb. So, Deb, how you doing?
She said she don't know who you are. I'm just kidding.
Everybody in the
You mama
family,
hater. You know
even though I'm in the generation, look, everybody in the family gonna remember me because even though I'm in the generation, I'm the youngest out of everybody.
Yeah, you were spoiled. I said that like 3 or 4 times on the show already. You more spoiled than I am.
Okay.
Even the cousins,
Huh?
even the cousins that's from the same generation.
Deborah and Sandra and them is my age.
I know. I said I'm the youngest out of everybody.
Uh-huh.
Merle, Mark, all of them is older than me.
Right.
Tiny,
Right.
Tiny.
Your cousin Deborah said she's fine.
That's good. Yeah. So tell me, how did it feel being on airways with your mother?
Man, that wasn't fair. I know we talked about her getting on. I love my mama to death, but you can't be throwing my mama out there like that, man.
Hey, we
I know
talking
you
about.
got access to my mama, but you can't be doing that.
I want to say one thing though that I have to agree with you.
At Aunt Ethel's house when I was a child. Your aunt, you mean our cousin? I'm gonna stop saying your cousin and your aunt and all that. Our cousin Deborah said she only remembered there was a lot of children at Aunt Ethel's house.
Yeah. Listen, I want to say something real quick because you was talking about like the transformation, right? The growth, the evolving of her cooking skills.
Oh, my mama's.
Yes. Oh, brother.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Go ahead, speak on that because, like I said, I was hating on purpose to get you to see the transformation. Oh my gosh, I love when you use those words. Go ahead.
The transformation. I'm living in the wind, in the tornado inside the heart of it, to where it all go down there, and I get first dibs. I used to look. I'm not even going to style y'all. Listen, I used to be the first. I'm like a knucklehead.
Yes, you are.
Everybody, I pick on everybody.
Yes, you did.
That don't mean I don't love them. I just like picking on them. I play with them, right? And I pick, especially the ones younger.
You were spoiled.
But look, I give credit to where credit is due, and I'm also going to promote and push the talents of my cousins, my nephews, my nieces, everybody, because that's why we got this platform.
Hey, Rab, real quick, and I want you to continue, but real quick, our cousin, she said something that we kind of talked about earlier that's real profound.
What's that?
Game. She said she thought that all the children in the house was your mama's children. You didn't realize till later that there were also grands in the house also. But what she don't realize, there were also great grands in the house being raised too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there was several generations living in that house that were all up under Ethel Ford.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to put that out there because she's right. And that's what we were touching earlier. That's why we grew up like brothers instead of you being my uncle. Yes, you're 3 years older and you are my mama's brother, but and you know, I'm mad at you right now, and I'm gonna put you on blast. I have no problem. I'm not scared of no man. I'm gonna always say that. You're looking younger than me right now, but I'm mad because you colored your damn beard. Yeah, I put you on blast, man. Don't be doing me like that. Hey, Pete Game. Deborah said she didn't know that about the grandkids and the great grandkids. She knew about the grandkids and not the great grandkids.
That's right.
But let me tell you, Tahira is your mama's great grandchild. See, a lot of people don't realize that Cheryl had 2 kids, and that was Darren and Deline.
A lot of people don't remember Cheryl because
I don't remember Cheryl, but I seen pictures of her, and I was in love with her. She was so beautiful. Oh my God, that my mama's sister was beautiful, and Deline and Darren, aka Basim, had children. Darren had 2 daughters that were kind of in the house. One was me in the house, and that's
football teams.
I'm sorry.
Basim has 3 football teams.
No. I'm talking about the ones that was in 131 South 8th Street.
Oh, okay. But I'm talking about
Tahira, my cousin, my little sister. Sometimes I feel like she's my niece. She lived in that house. That was Basim's. That was Basim's first daughter. That's his first child, wasn't it?
My baby.
Yes, exactly. That was his first child. Am I correct? That I know.
And she was like my daughter.
Exactly. And you understand? Her and I did a lot together growing up. And then when I left, like I said, she was about 7 or 8 when I left. I missed her dearly, and we talked from time to time. And she's grown up to be a beautiful, powerful woman, looking like her great grandmama. Excuse me, looking like her great grandmama.
She got a great husband too.
But now, yes, she does. She does have a great husband.
And they're doing some beautiful things in this entertainment field. And this Norm English, Mr. Norman, you're talented, bro. And
yes, he is. Hey, that's for another show, though. That's for another show because we're gonna get him on. Trust me, him and I gonna kick something. We gonna kick something. I'm ready to sing with my boy. That's my dude right there. And we hit it all sweet when I went out there to North. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying. So Darren had 2 daughters that really was in my life, Medina and Tahira. And Dreama came along right before I left. She was like 3 when I left. So here's the kicker. All those kids grew up in that house, and they all knew. Well, wait a minute. Dreama really didn't know. Yes, she did. Because your later.
And Shonda, all of them got cancer.
Yeah, they knew her. So
wait. Even more so, another generation, Lil Khalil, which
I don't know Khalil.
Medina's oldest son.
Oh, that's right. Medina got kids. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And Messiah, Rashawn's oldest daughter.
Right.
Yeah.
But
they had the blessing.
They didn't grow up on 131 South 8th Street.
I'm just talking about having the
right. But they had the blessing to know her, but they didn't know her as Ma or Mama or Grandma on 131 South
131,
or Nana.
That's before they was even
right. Tahira knew, Medina knew.
Yes.
The rest of them didn't know her back then. The strong woman that was doing major things back then.
The last one of that generation would be Nikki, to have been blessed to been there at 131 and remember.
Oh wow. Deborah said the last time she remembered seeing her auntie, it was in she was in her early 20s. That was back in the 70s. Yep. That's the last time she saw your mama. And Ethel was strong because in the 70s she was still working on 8th Street, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So yeah, she was a strong woman, boy. I remember some of the guys she worked with as a security officer in the school system. Man, if you don't stop, are you eating cookies? Oh my God, you killing me right now, Mr. Chesser and Zarina, my sister. They just joined us. How y'all doing? Hey, look. Give me some more, man. Give me some more about my grandmama and her cooking. I love her.
Let's just talk about your grandmother, period, for a minute. Let's talk about how is someone so little in height staying so tall and so popular? Them Fury women, bruh. And listen, right now, today, I got to be honest. Even though I know I told y'all about, the brother, certain group of brothers raising me, teaching me, educating me, and teaching me about, self-consciousness and the rest of that. One thing I have to hand to my mother in Essex County College.
Yeah.
It wasn't what they instilled in me, right? I mean, at that time period, I would not be here. I would not be pushing my family's talent. I would not have been doing those things I've been doing in terms of the entertainment field, the protesting, etc. Because believe it or not, I remember it was a time when little as your grandmother was, she was on the picket line in front of the H Street School when they was protesting for the teachers, and she was yay big, and everybody coming to talk to her.
Yeah.
Little did anybody know, do anybody remember, Mr. Jones. Now watch how I break this down. Mr. Jones, whose name is Amiri Baraka, if you recall, Mr. Jones was the ones with Ma who helped start that that program that they had in the gym where they used to do the movies on the weekend, and then the protesting with the teachers. That man, Mr. Jones, is the famous Amiri Baraka.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's who you look. Think about Mr. Jones. Now look at the picture of Amiri Baraka.
Hey, man, that's crazy, bro.
But look, but the point I want to get at too, in terms of the talent, your mother. I mean, excuse me. I'm going to say your mother too.
You might as well say mama.
She was a poet. She wrote poetry.
She can sing.
Yes, I'm about to get to that.
The reason why I do what I do is because of that woman right there. And I'm gonna intervene real quick.
Correction.
Because you and I was talking.
Let me say one thing real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
The reason why you do it, the reason why all of us do it, was because of what she instilled in us.
Right.
I mean, we were sitting on the lap singing, humming all day.
Right, but Rab, listen, let me tell you something. I've been blessed to do a lot of singing in front of a lot of people. I've actually sung in on television. I've actually sung a backup singer for some dudes that had talent and was doing their thing in clubs. I've actually sung at different conventions and things like that. I've done choir in churches. I've done stuff at school. I've sung the national anthem like 8 straight years for graduation for.
Whoa. I gotta say something about that. You got this said, oh, say can
I sure did. That's a discussion for another day. That's a discussion for another day because you're gonna start something. And you know how I am about that. You need to stop. I've also done it for a couple of sporting events. One thing my grandmother taught me when I was young, and I still to this day remember, she got in my case because this is when I first started doing my singing on A Street at the school. And she was like, go in there and get me a big pot. And I'm like, get you a big pot? What you want me to do? Why are we bringing it in here? What you do? We use these to cook. What are you talking about? And she said, now, put that pot in front of your face, boy. I said, okay. Now she said, sing into it. And I'm saying to myself, what? And I started singing. And she said, can you hear yourself? I said, yes, I can. She said, now you know what you sound like when you sing. Because we're singing and thinking we're sounding like what we sound, what we think we sound like. That, Brad, you do realize it's
I'm trying to fix my camera to get a better adjustment.
yeah, there's a mic on there too, so it's kind of loud with your hand over it. You're treating that camera like it's your phone.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, so I learned how to sing and hear the song and hear the music and hear myself because of that right there, singing into that pot.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead now touch on your mama a little more. Go ahead. I just had to mention that.
Listen,
I'm tired of seeing that shirt, man.
Listen, don't you just love my shirt and my hat?
Yeah, your 2-year-old your 2-year-old outfit.
Y'all got a guy on the West
matching
Coast. Y'all got a guy on the West Coast who's a spiritual advisor for a lot of famous people.
Okay.
Don Juan, my man said.
Oh, shut up.
Hey,
you say Bishop Don Juan, man. You better stop.
Yeah, but she did a lot of wonderful things, and even now today with me when I was doing or when I do the protests and the rest of all that stemmed from what I envisioned my mother doing when I was younger. What circulated in my mind and then spurred up in my heart after years. Wait a minute, she was doing this. She was doing. Then the friends that I had, the people that I've been around, like Sister Keisha, Brother Sharif, who we had as a guest today. It's another brother, very good friend and very well versed in the law, like myself, named I don't know why I keep messing up this brother's attribute.
It's because you're old.
But it's and one brother I definitely got to mention again too, Brother Baba Zayed, and my college professor Jennifer Wager. What they instilled in me, what they was putting in me along with my mom is what got me like, yo, well, listen, do this, do that, give back, help these people. And it was working. And I actually had a team that's very instrumental in doing the same thing. But it all stemmed from the grassroots, stemmed from my visualization of what I seen in my mother, the things I seen her do, that strong spirit, that strong heart. I'd like you to say something.
Yeah, I am, man. I'm really starting to bug out about your shirt right now, man.
I love. Don't hate me.
Listen. I just got finished talking about us men being men and having strong women, and you got naked women on your shirt.
Well, actually, no, they're not really naked, and this is art, to be honest.
Okay, it's art.
One thing about me that I
would you wear that in front of your mama?
Yes.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would. One thing, and you know, my mother, when I tried to hide a shirt, if I tried to hide a shirt like this, you know, my mother would say,
"What?
Boy, you go put your shirt on. Didn't you think, boy? Let me see how it look."
Okay.
But
you a grown man. I ain't gonna argue with you.
One thing about the shirt.
But I ain't trying to see you subject my sisters that's up in here to that shirt.
Well, all women don't have to express themselves in this manner. This is a freedom of expression. These women, if you notice, they got a microphone in their hand, and this could tell a story if you look at it. People bearing
story.
Bearing themselves.
A lot of women don't like that story.
Well, that's the woman's prerogative, but the women who do it and do like it, I'm not going to hate on that because I believe in creative expression. Do you remember the story I told you the other day?
Hey, guess what? It's called controversy. And I know we're supposed to be talking about food. That being said, I'm starting the controversy.
No doubt.
And the controversy is you are being like some of these guys out here that's being subjective to these young women. And we're supposed to be teaching these young women, and we're supposed to be teaching these young men how to treat these young women. And that's what I was trying to go on about earlier, but we've shifted back to the food because at the end of the day, us men got to stand up. We got a lot of women out here that are single parents. They're single moms raising men.
Exactly.
As far as I'm concerned, a woman,
who's a single mother,
Brad,
food on the table.
Brad, a woman cannot teach a man how to be a man.
Listen to my question now. I'm not going to dispute that with you because I do agree with that. I do agree with that hands down. So that's why I'm not even going to touch that because I'm in agreement with you with that. But now on this aspect,
we're going to continue touching it. Go ahead.
You say to the woman who doesn't have a 9-to-5 but would get out there and dance in order to put food on that on the plate for that young man and them other children that she may have because she's a single parent trying to take care of the household.
All right. Well, here's the first thing I would say. If she wasn't put in that position in the first place, she probably wouldn't have to go out there and dance. But she had to figure out a way to feed her family, right? Right? Am I right or wrong? Okay. Wait. I'm just saying, she had to find a way to feed her family. She chose the way if it's dancing or whatever. But too many of our men have decided to slam the woman. She got a baby, and then they bounce. Too many of our children have grown up without that father figure in the house. And unfortunately, now we got a generation of kids who don't know how to be a mother or a father because they didn't have both in the house.
Well, all that did not stem from my shirt.
I'm sorry, did it stem from what?
Did not stem from my shirt.
That's what I thought you said. No, actually, it helped us bring up the conversation. And I said, I'm going to go ahead and do that because you know what? As a daddy and as a man, a black man, a strong man with a strong woman, I'm going to not allow my daughter to walk out the house wearing a tank top. Because it's nobody's business what she got on and what she got up under there.
That's true.
So that's how I'm going to do my daughter. My son, I'm going to tell him to be careful of messing around with certain women. Now, this might be a little bit of whatever you want to call it. You can call it ignorance. You can call it naive. You can call it whatever. But I'm not going to tell my son to go chase a woman that's dressed scantily because 9 times out of 10, you got to be careful of that. You see what I'm saying? So you got to groom your children. And if you a man and you got kids and you ain't in their life, you're not a man. I'm sorry. And if you want to question me about it, you know where I'm at. If you're a man and you got children and you ain't in their life, you ain't a man. And what I mean by in their life, I don't mean, if the mama ain't allowing you to do certain things, she got the kids, she got the rights and all that stuff, you still need to be trying to talk to her and let her know you're alive. So if she ever need to talk to daddy and daddy can be there. Like there was a little thing somebody put on Facebook. This guy started a show, Daddy, How Do I? But dad hadn't been in his life since he was 12. I was talking to my sisters earlier. My sister and my brother. I got other sisters too. But I was talking to my sister and brother earlier. They were on, and we got the same dad, different moms. I met them in my 40s. I didn't know my dad until I was in my 40s. I blame both my parents for that. But I'm mad for the simple fact that my dad knew where I lived. I didn't know where he lived.
Okay.
So he didn't take the time to put to put out there to reach out to me. And so 40 years later, when I hit him up, he didn't realize when I called him that I was his son. And you know, I could talk about that later too. But the thing is he doesn't have anything in me that he could say I did that and that's why he is the way he is. And I don't have anything to me to say my dad did this. The only thing that I can say that my dad helped me to do is to not be like him. All my kids gonna know me, and if they need me, they can call me.
But know this, you still was in an environment where you had love.
Oh no, that's not here or there, Rab. My sister made a great point earlier. She said it takes a village. Back in the day, that's the way it was when we was growing up. Everybody on the 8th Street knew who the Fords were. And although my last name is not Ford, it's Womack, I was a Ford.
You was a Ford. And you wasn't my nephew, you was my little brother. It's
right.
Today, right now, that knew us all our lives, that still say, and swear up on a stack of Bibles. No, Rab. Like that's Rab, little brother.
Our cousin Deborah just said that. She said that she didn't realize until she was grown that we were uncles and nephews and cousins and all that stuff living in the house. Not all my grandmother Ethel's kids.
That's right.
So we knew there was a lot of love in that house, and there was a lot of village in that house raising kids. Idell, God rest her soul. She was like my auntie and my mama. Deline, she was like my auntie, mama, cousin. You know, and then, you know, Keith when I was younger before he left, Darren before he bounced out. You know, they were older, so they were role models in a sense, you know, things to do and not to do. Some of the things I do as far as doing my own thing business-wise and some things, I get that from him because he was doing that when I was young.
Yeah, Basim.
Exactly.
He's always been a hustler.
Right. Your dad was in my life until I was like 14 or 15. So I had a male role model at my younger ages. So I didn't truly miss not having my father. But as I started thinking about it, I always wondered what he looked like, who he was, so on and so forth. And I always told myself when I got married and had kids, my kids will always know who I am. And my kids, my daughter was on earlier. She can tell you.
Oh, she got off?
She might still be on, but she ain't saying nothing. She can tell you. She know who her daddy is. That's what she called me, daddy. Okay? I know I was there for my daughter. I know I was there for my son. A lot of people know about the relationship me and my son had. At one point, how super tight we were. Where I went, he went. Where he went, I went. We were together all the time. It might not be that way now, but it was that way when he was younger. So everybody knew about me being a daddy with my kids. You know what's really funny? A lot of people knew I had kids, but they hardly ever saw my wife because my kids was always with me. So it almost seemed like I was a single daddy. But make no mistake about it, my wife was definitely in the picture all the way. But anyway, I had those influences, so I didn't miss my daddy that much. But unfortunately, what people don't understand is a boy, is always going to want to know about his father. Talk to me about it. Talk to me. You had a relationship with your dad.
First, let me give a shout out to your cousin, Aziz. He
One.
just hit me up and said, Aziz, this is one of Basim's sons.
Oh, that's what's up.
Assalamu alaikum. And he says, y'all cats got a lot of knowledge. He said, really good info. This is just some of your family history, man. We just trying to, shed some love and talk a little bit about your grandmoms and a little bit about your family history. So, shout out goes out to Aziz Nolan Umar. Love you, bro.
Aziz.
Assalamualaikum.
His name Aziz with a Z.
Or Umar, or just
Umar.
Yeah.
All right. Well, first and foremost, young brother, I am your dad's cousin.
First cousin.
But we grew up like brothers. And one thing I say is, through the years, him and I haven't really spoke. There's no hatred there. We just haven't spoke. But I knew for a fact back in the day that if I was going through something, I had problems. That dude
was that dude.
Had my back.
That dude, look, more so than me.
Hey,
that dude.
I gotta tell this story because not having a dad in my life, I had to be a man. Cousin Deborah, I want to thank you for that heartwarming message you just sent me. I know I don't remember you all the way. I remember the name, and we have we're Facebook friends, and we've touched base time to time. One of these days, we are going to get together before one of us leaves this earth. I'm gonna come and visit you on the islands. Much love, and I'm glad you're listening still. Aziz, getting back to your daddy. Your daddy was a G. You want to talk about G's and OGs? Your daddy was a G. I remember being 16 years old and having to fight one of my aunts. At that time, he was a fiance.
Okay.
The man was 32 years old, but he was putting his hands on my auntie. I'm gonna tell you something. One thing about us Fords, and I do claim to be a Ford also. We don't have a problem fighting for our family members. We're not going to allow you to put hands on the women in our family. And because I am a husband and a daddy, I would die for the women in my family. That being said, at 16 years old, I had to fight this man. I'm not going to mention no name. Matter of fact, him and I are Facebook friends. And if he's listening, hey, what's up to you, Sid? But I was 16 and he called my mama the B word. Excuse me, I'm getting a little upset right now just thinking about it. Not because I'm upset with him, but because I truly can't deal with a man calling a woman the B word, especially one of my women. So he called my mom the B word. My first reaction was to stop him from putting hands on my auntie and telling him to leave. But as he starts to leave, I realize, yo, man, no, you need to turn around and apologize to my mama. You called her a B. He said, I ain't doing nothing, and continued to walk out. And I was like, nah, you're going to apologize. And I kept grabbing him. Now, mind you, this is a grown man. I'm only 16. We get outside the house, and he tell me if I put my hands on him one more time, that he gonna beat my you-know-what. Well, at that point, I couldn't hear nothing else. It was gonna be a fight, and I was ready to fight. And so I put my hands on him again. He tried to bum rush me. I grabbed him, and I remember some wrestling moves from TV, and I threw him over my head. Got on top of him. I started beating him. Now, mind you guys, if you're going to get into a situation when somebody is together with somebody, you got to remember that's why police are scared to deal with domestic situations. because my auntie told me to get off the man that was just beating on her because I was beating on him. Now, when he got up, he decided that I got the best of him, but I snuck him or whatever he thought. And then he wanted to go a second round, and while he was standing up to beat my butt. By that time, Basim, your dad, Aziz, came and he had something with him. And he was about to handle that because he saw his little cousin getting into it with a grown man. But I told him, I said, look, at this point in time, I'm not scared of this man. I already showed him that I got hands. And he disrespected my mom and my auntie. And if he wants to continue, we can continue this. Well, Basim just stood back, leaned up against the car, just to make sure I was going to be okay. And I commenced to whooping on him some more. And at that point, that was the end of that picture. But the bottom line, and it's over. I'm 50 years old now, so that was a long time ago. And like I said before, I got nothing against Sid. He done remarried. He's out here in California somewhere, I believe Southern Cal. So there's no hatred or anything. My sister-in-law Yoli just jumped on. What's up, Yoli? Look, Basim was a beast. Basim was an entrepreneur. Basim had our backs. That's your daddy, man. I don't know how he was in your life, but that was your daddy when I was growing up. Anyway, Rab, you got anything you want to mention?
Let me shed a light on, since I was a little older, I'm younger than Basim, found myself in many scripts. I wasn't really hard like Boss. Man, this cat could box. And it was like, yo, I walked down the street, jokers like, yo, don't mess with him. That's Basim, little brother. And that was just like, that was the stigma around the thing. Yo, that's damn boy. Yo, ain't you related to? It wasn't, yo, hey, Rab, because Rab wasn't established then, right? Rab was still young himself. But it was, yo, that's Basim Ford, little brother. Yo, that's Basim Ford's sister. Yo, that's Basim Ford aunt. Watch out for Darren Ford. Leave his family alone. So the safety net that and he wasn't really super violent. He was what the neighborhood produced though. When it produced him, when it produced him, they cracked the mold and chipped all the pieces and swept it up. Of course, he ran with cats like Ellery Scott, Stanley Scott, Craig Easton, Rivers. And
did you say the Rivers?
Yep.
Hey, you were talking about gangsters back in the day. Them boys was no joke.
Well, you have to remember Reggie. The reason why when you see him, would be up on Facebook and Reggie be calling me little bruh and calling Jesus is because Reggie lived with us. When I remember Reggie,
I didn't know that. All I know about Reggie and the River Boys is that day when them three came down the middle of A Street. I don't know if you was locked up or not. I don't remember. Sorry, I meant on vacation. But they came down the middle of the street and they was fighting these two dudes. They walking in like they looking like a movie, like shootout at the OK Corral or something. One of them, I think it was Reggie, had the shotty in his jacket, his long coat, and it was summertime. The other brother, one of them was swole. I don't remember which one was swole. He was walking down the street with no shirt on, and then one of them knew martial arts. And he was fighting by himself, the one that knew martial arts, and was putting hands on this dude. I never forget that forever. I was like, I'm related to them cats. Oh my God. Yeah, you want to talk about man.
But let me tell you something. We're going to jump back, and then jump back to the rivers too.
Right.
Grandfather, right, was that dude. He could box. They used to call him the mule. Your grandfather.
Whose grandfather?
Your grandfather.
Oh, didn't he fight? Hey, didn't he box in the military?
I don't know the military. I know he used to box younger, and they used to call him the mule. You know, he always had the big hands.
Right. Yeah, that's why my hands are so big.
Now look on his side of the family. You got Sugar Jim, famous in North boxing. I think Central War. They got his picture of murals in some of these.
Hey, the funny thing is you got to remember, I didn't really know that side of his family. And then like, they'll come and say, "You don't remember me?" I'm like, "No."
Then you got Kaberi.
Who?
Kaberi. His son be the one that be doing the movies. Look, that's another thing. His son played in the movie with Al Pacino and Matthew Broderick and City Hall. He played in several movies. He was one of the child actors, and he's still trying to do his thing out there too. He played in the East Side Boys, that YouTube thing, East Side something.
I have no clue, and I didn't realize I had another relative like that. But go ahead.
That side of the family, boxers, fighters. Man, you got some dudes.
And you sitting there talking about that. Basim had me in the gym at one point.
Nah, it probably was when I was.
A lot of people don't realize I learned how to box for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It was Basim that had me doing it because he's like, man, you got big hands.
Well, let me give a shout out to little cousin Kira. Hey, Kira, you've been holding us down. You've been riding with me for years, man, and I'm loving that. And I just wanted to make sure I give you a shout out on the airwaves. Your cousin D sends the slams to you. So this is the shout out to.
No, I hear my mom in the background. I thought she left the room. I thought she left the studio. She's still in there chilling, huh?
Yeah. She's sitting back chilling.
Hey, I'm over here talking head. She like, oh, my son be talking stuff.
Yes, he does. Yeah, but now let's get back on this Rivers kick for a minute.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, listen, your grandmother and your grandfather loved Reggie to death.
Right.
He wasn't like a friend that came to live to the house. Mm-hmm. He was a son.
Mm-hmm. And that's crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah,
that's crazy because I did not know that.
The only reason why I know about going up on the third floor because I used to sneak up there. They chased me down, but I was doing the third floor. Yeah, exactly.
Right. But you know what? Here's the craziness. All right. At one point on the third floor, I knew Keith had a room up there.
Mm-hmm. Adele had a room up there.
And Adele had a room up there.
There was another room up there.
Right. And that's where little Nana was up there for a while.
That's a different time frame. See, you younger, so you put them all together.
Right.
A lot of people with a soul, she had transcended already. But
okay.
But Reggie knew her too.
That's crazy, man.
The River Boys, 10th Street. And look, it was so many of them. It was coming out the woodwork like roaches. You fight one, you got like 20 of them on you. And then the messed up thing about it is they all can fight individually without each other.
Exactly. How many rivers was like 6 of them?
I think 6, maybe more.
It was one girl.
It was one girl. How many boys?
Right, I know it's one girl, but I knew it was about 6 brothers or something crazy like that. But the main one, and maybe that's why I know when you say Reggie, I knew Reggie.
And do you remember Malik? His brother Malik? I think Malik was next to the youngest. Malik was that dude, boy, but he used to always chase me up night.
What was his name?
Malik.
No, I don't remember Malik. I remember the 3 brothers. I definitely remember Reggie. I remember the 3 brothers, but I don't remember what their names was except for Reggie. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I know one was Swole.
That was Tootie. Tootie always was big.
Okay.
Bull wrestling.
And he was older, right?
Horse toothpick using.
Wasn't he older? Wasn't he older? I think he was. Reggie wasn't older than him. He was older than Reggie, right?
Reggie older than Tootie? I think Tootie was older than Reggie, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. And then the one that did karate, martial arts.
You know that?
Which one did the martial arts?
I can't remember when I'm doing the martial
One
arts.
of them did martial arts. I'm telling you, that day when I saw him fighting, I was like, oh my God. He put hands on dude. He was, blocking him. Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway.
Yeah. I remember some fun times, man, growing up, right, and going up there. Now, give me a quarter, and I
want our listeners to know, I was raised around some gangsters, but I never knew they was gangsters. They didn't put that stuff around me, so I wasn't exposed to it enough. And people on the block knew who I was. I fought some kids and stuff like that, but that's as far as it got. I never knew some of the stuff that some of my relatives was getting into. I knew some of the stuff that you got into, Rab. And I'm not going. No. I'm not going. Hey, look, snitches get stitches. I'm not going to do that. But I'm saying I knew some of the stuff you got into. I kind of knew a little bit of what Basim went through or what he was into back in the day, and some of the cats he hung out with. I really didn't know how Keith. I know Keith played sports.
Keith and Reggie used to be together.
Reggie Rivers. You mean? Yeah, but he also Reggie next door was his boy too.
Yeah.
I didn't
really, that Reggie wasn't really like, he may have hung around the house, but he wasn't like Movement Reggie Rivers. No. I'm not saying that. But you got to remember, like you said, I remember different things because of the age difference. But I also remember as I got older, that Reggie was kind of in the picture more because he lived next door, and we integrated. Matter of fact, one time he had a little niece that came by, and I was trying to talk to her a little bit when I was growing up. And he told me, "No, that's your cousin, man. You can't talk to her." We was kissing between the fence, but that's I'm telling on myself a little bit, but that was I was kissing his niece, and then he bring me in the house and showed me this picture and was like, "You trying to do that?" I was like, "No, that wasn't your cousin. You couldn't kiss him."
No, you got to remember, Keith and that Reggie was cool.
That still wasn't your cousin. That wasn't no insult.
No, you're not hearing me, Rab.
No, I hear you very well. I'm actually being
sarcastic. When you cool with somebody and you know their family members and they are almost like cool, then what ends up happening, they be like, no, you can't talk to her. That's your family. I know it wasn't my cousin, but he was like, no, that's your cousin. You can't talk to her. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah. Because his sister looked a lot like Diana Ross to me back in the day. You remember his sister?
No.
You don't remember his sister? Reggie next door? You don't remember his mom? Do you remember them?
I remember him.
Yeah, she was tall.
Yeah, she was tall. His sister was tall. She had the her eyes were kind of off a little bit.
I don't remember her.
She looked like Diana Ross to me. And her daughter came over one day, and I started talking to her, and she kissed me in the fence, and Reggie saw it, and he pulled me in the house and showed me a picture of Popeye and olive oil that was over his the front, and Popeye was on top of olive oil. He was like, "You trying to do that to her?" I said, "No." He was like, "Can't. Nope. That's your cousin." I said, "Okay." So you see, like I said before, and like I said, my sister said, it takes a village. Remember that we would get in trouble at school, and as soon as we hit the block, people knew about it.
Yeah.
I remember getting 5 or 6 spankings before I got home.
What about that? When somebody on the corner found out, or before a neighbor that was fly with the family like that, relationship, Before you got home, you may have got 3 beatings along the way, and then when you got home, you was being brought home by the last person that beat you, that told you the trail of beat, that told your parents the trail of beatings you got by home and why, and
Right.
then they stayed there while your parents beat you, and then went home after eating dinner with the family, right? And you sitting there quiet. Well, this guy, this girl, she done beat me, and
Who you said, Miss who? Miss who?
No, I'm just saying.
But which name did you say?
No, I didn't say a name. I said.
Oh, I thought I heard you say Miss Carol. I thought I heard you say Miss Carol.
Just beat me, and my father.
Check this out. You were like the 7th house from the corner, I believe, or something like that.
Nah, not even 7. Like,
is it 5?
Like 4 or 5. Yeah.
No, it was at least 7, Rat.
You had the house on the corner.
Right in there.
I'm about to point it out to you. The house on the corner, which was connected to Bill's liquor store.
Exactly.
Next door to that was the Foots in, I think the Halls.
That greenhouse that got tore down. That the greenhouse got tore down, and then it got built up by the Mexican family.
It was great. Huh? It was great. This was exactly next door to Bill's.
You're not answering my question. Was that the house that got torn down?
No.
Okay, come out next to that then.
No, the very next. See, that's what I'm saying. You're missing 3 houses.
No, but you said 5, and I'm telling you at least 7.
Well, I'm about to count them off for you right now. So
you just counted 3.
It might be 5 to 7. I counted 2.
You just counted 3.
The third one. The 2 families that I mentioned stayed up above each other. You had Bill's house, which was a liquor store, right. Next to that, you had the house where the Foots lived on the first floor.
Okay.
Great, 3-family house. Next to that, you had what's that? Mary Frances in them. The third house, Mary Frances in them. Right. Next to that, it was a house where the only white people left in the neighborhood stayed there. I forget their name. They lived on the first floor. It was the last family of white folks.
What was that house?
It was back in the day. It was burgundy and gray. Next to that, you had Beatty in them house.
Right. That was the yellow house.
Right. Next to that, you had Mr. Wilson house, who was PJ grandfather.
Was that where Reggie and them lived at?
No, Reggie.
No, that was the gray house. That was the gray house. That's where my girlfriend at the time, Ernestine, lived there for a little bit.
Right, 2nd floor.
Yeah.
Then next to that was the other Mr. Wilson house. And then next to the house was ours.
Us. How many is that?
I said count off routes 6.
It's like 7. That was like 7, right?
I said I'm gonna count them all.
And one of those houses that was before Beatty and them house was like I thought it was like a greenish color, and it got tore down. But maybe it was the gray house that you're talking about. And then there was a Mexican family that moved in and rebuilt the house there.
I was going by that.
Yes, I believe you were, because the daughter was a little older than me, and the dad was asking me if I liked his daughter at the time, and I was helping him. I think that's why I went over to help him. I ain't even gonna lie. I think I went over to help him because of his daughter, and I was helping them clean up and helping them fix his house. That's crazy. That is crazy. So look, Rab, hey, you know we've been on for almost 3 hours, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's 2 hours 49 minutes. We're gonna start rounding this up. We'll be off at on that 3rd hour.
Yeah.
But we establishing this platform. We're going to be an hour-long segment, but right now, until we formally promote, produce our what I just say promote, but produce
the other shows, produce the other shows.
Huh? You
talking about when we start producing the other shows?
Even this one, when we start doing this one, it's going to be more of an hour segment, more organized, etc. I want your I'm trying to give your mother a little airplay tonight too, so I'm gonna let her come on and share some thoughts too. Come here, Dean. Come on, you getting back on. So you can talk. Come on, because tonight is because this night Thursday. Tomorrow is our official night, so we won't be doing that a lot. So just talk to your son. That's fine.
All right. I ain't gonna be on here too long.
So my mom decided to get back on. She's taking it and putting the stuff on. She old like my uncle. I don't think she heard it. Did you hear that, Bob?
What did you say?
Oh, I ain't say nothing. But look at you. Hold up. Let me get this straight. Did you get back on this thing and try to sound all quiet? What did you say? I heard you, but what did you say? Come on. You ain't tricking nobody.
Look, I'm trying to watch my mouth. You know I ain't about show.
Mom, let me ask you a question. When's the last time you cussed at me?
Couple of days ago, I think.
You didn't cuss at me a couple of days ago.
Oh, when?
You ain't cussed at me in years.
Oh, thank you. Good. Oh, all right.
You must be thinking about my uncle. I know you cussed him out a few times with his bald head self. That's another story. You ain't cussed at me, and I'm talking about since I was a kid. So I'm not worried about you cussing, and I'm teasing, and I like to tease, and I seen a smile on your face, so I know I didn't hurt your feelings. But what you got to say? What you want to add to our little story? We kind of chased away from food, and I can talk about food all day, but since other people ain't really giving us no recipes or asking questions or speaking on food, what you got to say? What was standing out to you during this discussion time? You've been listening to us for at least 2 or 3 hours. What stuck out to you on the show? Something you wanted to mention, or something that stood out to you that you kind of resonated with? Resonate is meaning that it stood out to you, that it made you think about something.
Well, mainly about how we were raised up in on H Street, like village. You know, I wasn't.
Now, wait a minute. You said how we was raised on A Street, but I didn't hear that last thing you said after that. Say that again. Do me a favor, Mom. That mic in front of you, it needs to get a little bit closer because it's a directional mic. And if you're not talking like right in front of you on the side of it, you notice how you can barely hear me now? But right here, you can hear me better. You want that side to be kind of towards your mouth where you see the letters on it. You see the letters, the writing on it? It's kind of hard to see because where he has it in.
I don't have a glasses on.
Okay, that's okay, Mom. Don't worry about it. Just go ahead and speak into the mic a little bit. Get a little closer to the mic and tell me what you were saying. You were saying what resonated to you was, how we was raised up. And then you said something else and I couldn't hear you.
Well, like you said, it took a village to raise your child.
Yes.
I would be home. I would be out.
Shout out to Nikki because she said that earlier.
Yeah, I would be out hanging out with some of the other girls,
Yes, you would be.
And I didn't have to worry about my kids, because my mother was upstairs sleeping, watching TV, and they were out in the street. If the neighbors seen them, if out too late, they say, all right, it's time for you to go in the house.
Yes.
Ain't no child out here right now. Get on in the house.
Yep.
And, and then the next day or that night when I came in, one of the days would say, I chase your son home or I chase your niece home. So I mean, like I said, it takes a village to raise a child. And I had a child that was very good. I didn't have no trouble out of him. The police wasn't chasing him home. He didn't go to jail, So even though they, like my brother and my son was saying, we had some rough guys in our block, but they knew us. And even down to me, some of them would say, I'm walking you home tonight. You're not walking these streets by yourself. As a matter of fact, you don't have no business out here that late, even though you're rough. They would walk me on home. So I mean, yeah, A Street was pretty good.
Right. Anything else stood out to you?
Well, some of my cousins came on the line, and I was glad to hear them. You
Wait a
know,
minute. Say that again. You're what?
some of my cousins came on the line.
Yes.
We're talking. Uh,
Yes.
and I just want them to know that I miss them very dearly because it's been years.
Hmm.
I think the last time I seen Chandra and Deborah, I think I was like 12.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
but
I know I was in
Deborah
the
said she was like 20. She was like in the 70s. You
yeah.
weren't 12 in the 70s, so
Oh, I did see her in the
so
70s.
you had to have seen her in the 70s. Yeah.
Probably for a couple of
If
hours.
I was born, you weren't 12.
No, dear, I sure wasn't. But I do. I just remember when we was on 12th Street to Aunt Fallon's house in the last time we played together as kids and stuff. You know, and I really missed that. You know, and then the next time I think I seen him, we were grown. You know, so
Right.
we have to.
That's crazy, huh?
Yes, so we have to start
How
in touch more often and
right.
like you
It's
said,
crazy how
visiting.
we're living. I remember living on A Street and Aunt Margaret and them would come over. They'd come all the way from they were living in Ithaca at the time too, weren't they?
Yeah, oh, let me interrupt you. And about some of those cakes that Mama's made, that's what I'm saying. My cousins need to get to me on the phone or write me a letter because some of them cakes that Mama made, some of them recipes she got from Aunt Mark. You
Wait a
know?
minute. I'm confused. Aunt Margaret was
Yes,
Daryl and Dorian's mama, right?
yes, yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So what was Tamu's mama's name?
The one I'm named after. But they called her Aunt.
Dottie? Dottie?
No, Aunt
Dolly.
Dolly, but her name is Dolores.
Okay. So that's what I meant when I said Aunt Margaret. But Aunt Margaret and them used to come down too. Where did Aunt Dolly and them live?
Uh, well, at one time they did live in Ithaca, but they moved
Okay.
to Philly. You know.
Okay. But weren't they kind of like gypsy kind of? Didn't they travel all over the place and all that?
Well, Uncle George had one of those RVs at the time,
Uh-huh.
so they would go on trips and all of that.
Okay. I thought they was always all over the place. Because I do remember them coming from time to time.
Yeah, yeah, they would
And that's the other person who I ain't see. I'm surprised she ain't jumped on. I'm gonna have to hit her up and tell her to catch our show. My cousin in Philly, my cousin Tom, who
yeah,
works, she, she's she's a librarian in Philly. Need to get her on with us too, because we could have reminisced with her a little bit too.
Very intelligent.
I'm sorry.
he said she's very intelligent, but she
Yeah, she's a librarian. Librarians are a lot like teachers.
But even before her being a librarian, right?
Uh-huh.
They used to come teach us a lot of stuff, religion and everything.
Uh-huh.
The reason why you remember so much about her in reference to, or them in reference to moving around a lot, because they did a lot of things. They used to bring us dirt bikes, all kind of stuff.
I never rode a dirt bike.
They would ride dirt bikes as little kids and was teaching me and Darren how to ride dirt bike. That's how I got hurt on A Street that time when that little mini motorcycle. Remember that little mini motorcycle? They used to be in the basement.
Nope.
Well, we had a little mini.
Wait a minute. I remember
a little mini motorcycle.
It's like a little moped or something, wasn't it?
It was a mini motorcycle, not a moped. It was a mini motorcycle, and I snuck it out the house because I didn't know how to drive it yet, right? And I was coming around 9th Street, and I turned the corner wide, and I was flying in the air with my hand on the handlebars.
Wow!
In the air and crashed into a truck. Lucky it wasn't.
My uncle forever was getting killed and beat up, because he always doing something he wasn't supposed to, like when we was little kids and jumping off of the bunk beds and hurt himself on a dresser. Man, you killed me, man. What accident haven't you had? Anyway, that's for another story. Look, man, we got a lot of love today. A lot of
But I
people,
want to say
a lot
one
of my
thing
people
before we
jumped
go
on.
on.
A lot of my cousins jumped on. A lot of my brothers and sisters both jumped on. Even my sister-in-law jumped on. That was awesome to see her on there.
You might want to say something before she go off.
Oh, I heard her. But I just want to say, thank you for all y'all for joining us. My mama said she had something else she wanted to mention. Go ahead, Mom.
About Tamu, the other side of the family, getting back to, when they used to come over and stuff with the RV. I remember one time they were coming down, and I guess Uncle
George.
Uncle George. He either hit a deer by mistake or either the deer was in the
I remember the deer was in the basement and they.
You better not tell me y'all had venison.
Your grandfather and all them hung that deer up in the basement. Remember that deer that was in the basement?
And we didn't know.
I don't remember it. I don't remember ever having no deer until I moved out the house. Now you telling me we had deer?
You ate some, but you didn't know it. The first time it was cooked, Mama really didn't know how to cook it, right? So me was like a guinea pig. I ate something, I didn't like it.
Wow.
So Dad said, no, you cooked it wrong. So he was, next time
And he was a country boy. He knew how to do all that. I remember the shark steaks.
He cooked it himself, and then he said, come here, Dolores. And I came in, I ate it. I thought, Dad, this is good. What is this? He said, the same meat that you ate before that you didn't like deer meat. I said, oh my good. I said, this is so good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you know how to cook venison, it's gamey, so you gotta know what to do to put it in there to make it taste good.
And that's back in the day when, hey, you were a poor family, but it didn't matter. We was like the richest family, because we didn't get hungry. If my mother had to just get that black frying pan and make some
that cast iron skillet.
Yes. Potatoes with onions and bell peppers and her homemade biscuits, and then after we eat that, she said, all right, y'all go ahead to bed because I don't have nothing else, to feed y'all. And I don't want y'all to be hungry. But
I used to hate that.
We were the richest people,
Wait, hold on, Mom. Hold on, because I used to hate that. I'm a grown man now. I'm gonna speak my mind. Just because we was poor and we ain't had the food, why I gotta go to bed? Because hey, I ate and ain't no more food, so be it. That don't mean I gotta go to bed.
She didn't want you to be hungry. That's all. That's all it was. She loved her kids.
Unbelievable. Go to bed. I don't want you to be hungry.
And that's what I'm saying about them sisters, them Fury sisters. They would not let they sisters' kids be hungry if they had to come to their house.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
No. Before you was born. I'm talking about when Aunt Thelma and was, that's in my time.
Why do I remember Aunt Thelma?
That happened in our time too. It happened in our time too.
Well, he had to be real young. But
because
listen, I remember
him coming over with bringing food.
I remember Aunt Dolly.
No, but then
I remember Aunt Thelma.
Yeah,
I remember Aunt Margaret.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Uncle Billy.
Mm-hmm.
William. I mean, Sonny. I'm getting now. That was me slipping my age. I'm remembering when I said Billy. I got my wife has an Uncle Billy that passed away. That was cool beans, and God rest his soul. But he was a cool dude. But I remember those relatives when I was growing up. So I may have seen them once, twice in my lifetime. See, Mom, I remember Little Nana.
Oh yeah.
Hey, listen.
Look, she was the queen bee at the time.
Let me say one thing to y'all too.
Daughters.
Y'all two get up here and don't know how to get off. Our time is up. We're on we passed 3 hours.
Brad, you put my mama on, and me and my mama's reminiscing a little bit. So that's your fault. I've already let our listeners know. Matter of fact, my boy JR, I can't leave without saying what's up to my boy JR, my mentor in business. What's up, JR? Listen.
I guess he's trying to get off the air.
Listen. Oh, he play. Please tell me he's not playing that flute.
Yes,
Man, I'm going. Hey, listen.
That's
In the words.
Now I'm getting ready to say something.
No. In the words of that immortal guy, The Rock, I'm gonna take that darn flute and I'm gonna turn that some bitch up sideways and shove it up your candy. You know what? If you keep blowing.
Nate, congratulate.
Well, anyway, it was nice being on the air with you, son. I'm gonna get off, and to my family, I love you, and shalom alaikum.
All right, salam alaikum, mom. Love you too. For all you guys wondering, I don't know. A lot of you guys don't know about the Islamic greeting. My mom just converted over to Islam about 2 months ago. My uncle's been a Muslim since I was a kid, and so I do speak those greetings to them, just like I speak the greetings to my son, who is a black Jew from the IUIC. I speak the greetings of Shalom. I don't discriminate against someone who's a different religion from me or a different belief of me. And most of the religions in this country and practically most of the world come from the same place. We're not going to have that discussion tonight because we had that discussion last night. And we can have it again another day because this topic and this day is almost over. But I couldn't go off without saying what's up to my mentor and friend, JR Korea. His wife was on earlier and he just jumped on. So I had to say what's up to him. Rab.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you give your salutations? Because I know it's that time. We've been on for 3 hours. I done ate. Can you believe we ate about 3 hours ago? And we've been talking, and the topic started about food. And now it's 3 hours later.
And you want some more?
Hey, you ate more afterwards, by the way. Don't think I forgot. My tea is gone. My cold drink is mostly ice. I sweated up a lot of stuff. Now I'm not sweating as much anymore. I'm more good. But I think that tea with that cayenne in it, I think that's a metabolism booster, bruh.
Yes.
I'm impressed with that. So once again, I want to thank all of you guys for joining us. This is the Warrior Brothers Coast to Coast. And if you want to know kind of a little bit about the name, I kind of explain it to you in this way. A warrior is a person who has either military background, been in war, who's been on the streets and been in some battles, that's engaged in the martial arts.
Or street fighting, whatever your defensive.
Yes.
Combat.
We both have been in a lot of that. Neither one of us were actually in the military. However, I did do ROTC at Fresno State, and I was going to go into the military. That's another story for another day. My wife said no way, Jose. But that being said, that's another discussion for another day because I know he want to get political, and we can do that on another show. But this show isn't just about us. This show is for you guys. So when you come on and you hear something that resonates with you, I will explain again. I think most of everyone who got on here today, I know to be intelligent, the word resonate. I don't like using big words unless I can explain them.
Question. You must have went to college. What was that word again?
Resonate.
Resonate.
When something resonates with you, it stands out in your psyche in your being, and you have to write about it, share about it, talk about it. So if something resonates with you when we're doing a topic, like today was food, and we kind of ventured off and talking about our childhood and stuff a little bit. But if today something stands out to you, or when you get on something stands out to you, or you just get on and something and you want to ask a question, I am a ordained minister. I'm not your average preacher, pastor, person on the pulpit, although I have done a little of that. I have a lot of beliefs and I can speak on them, but I'm also a counselor. I'm also a teacher. And so if you got questions about certain things, feel free to ask. When you jump in and you see the feed, type something on the feed. If you got my phone number when I'm on and you wanna be a part of the show, you want to call me up, and you got a topic, I'm willing to bring you on. We had that young brother on today. He spit some knowledge, man. He talked about food. He talked about the food, and just want to give him another shout out for giving us that knowledge, but also conversating back and forth with us, because that's what this show is about. It's us talking, but it's for y'all. So if you got questions, something you want to say, type it up, hit me up on my phone, text me, because at the end of the day, this is for y'all. It's the edification of building. Oh, I didn't use another word. My bad.
Wait.
That's going to build you up.
Did you go to college?
You know, that's the second time you said that, man.
Oh, that word, edification. Oh my goodness.
Anyway, it's something to build you up. That's what we're gonna do. Oh my God! Hey, wait a minute. Wait. Is that my love of my life that's on right now? But hey, how she gonna get on when we get off, man?
Who that?
My life. Who is that?
Your wife or you, your daughter?
The love of my life.
That's my daughter.
The love of your
My
life.
daughter is my love, but she's not the love of my life. The love of my life is somebody I'm gonna be with forever.
His wife, my niece.
Thank you.
Her niece was crack-a-lacking, cuz.
Yeah, she just jumped in with us. Hey, look, and then my mama's in the background saying, "Hey, babe, I love you, babe. Thank you for coming on." Listen, this show is for you guys.
That's
We
right.
do things for you guys. At one point, I want to let you guys know we was playing music for y'all, and we got blocked off of off of Facebook and off of YouTube for playing the music by those companies, Sony and my wife says hi, guys.
You
And
know we love you, baby girl.
what was the other? Warner's, and there was another one.
Was UBM or UB?
I can care less. I don't even want to give them that pub. Bottom line, we're doing things for y'all. So since we can't do that music, any of you guys got talent and you want to get your song heard on air, I got 2,000 Facebook friends.
And I have 3,000.
He has 3,000. And then we're starting to build our YouTube page as well. Feel free to let us know, because we will play your songs, because we can't get banned for that.
You know how we're gonna do it? We're gonna unite your page, your Facebook page, and my Facebook page, and because I have some real young, and I know you do some real young good cats.
Oh, my bad. Hold
You
on a
know.
second. Hold on a second, Rab. Hold on a second. Don't hold the thought. Keep it.
Mhm.
I apologize. I looked at the name super duper fast and just said she said hi. My wife corrected me. She said that was your daughter. My daughter said hi, so she's still on, or she's back on. And then my wife says hello also.
Well, we love both of y'all, and that's for me and my sister, your grandmother, and your mother-in-law. We love both of y'all.
You better stop speaking for her, because you know she's gonna say something.
You're in the background saying "love you," so I'm
Yes,
just
I did hear. I had to say that at the same time. All right, so get back to what I was trying to say, and then Rab was trying to say something too. But we want y'all to go ahead and, like, for instance, my brother, I think he might still be watching. His name is Archie Womack. Also, he is a DJ in Pleasant, I believe it's Pleasantville or Pleasanton, New Jersey, right next to Atlantic City. He's a DJ. He got bomb equipment. When I went and visited him, he's got some nice equipment, and I think he's picked up his game since then. He has hit me up earlier, and if he wants to come on and do a little something, little bruh, feel free, give me a holler. I know you hit me up and told me to give you a call while I was on the air, but I didn't know at that time if you knew I was on the air because you hit me up personally, and I told you I was on the air. And you said you were about to go to the tables, which meant I believe that you're headed to work, because I know you work at the casino. Put you on blast a little bit. I apologize if you didn't want nobody to know you work at the casino, but he works at the casino in Atlantic City. That's my little brother Archie. Hey, if you got talent, feel free. Let us know. We want to put you on. We want to get your stuff out there. I got partners. They start their albums and stuff like that. I want to get you guys' music played. Come on, let me know. We'll play your music. Go ahead, say something, Rabil, because
no, what I was telling you, make sure you tell him and send it to you so that you can play it for him.
Yeah. Rab is saying make sure that you if you got an album or something or a record that you want to get out there, it's hard to play it over the phone because you can't really hear it.
Record yourself.
Your music. Record it, whatever. Send me your and the way you do it,
your brother.
You can drop it. You can drop it in my Dropbox, and I'll give you that information when that time comes, and we will play it on air for all these people to hear because we want to get you out there. It's not this show is for you guys. That's why we're doing it. Rab, I gotta mention, my wife was saying something a little bit earlier, and I didn't get a chance to say it. She said specifically she can't hear you very well. So check your mic. Check your mic because it might be turned. Remember, I told you those letters got to be facing you on the side. You can't talk down the front of it. You got to talk on the side of it, and the words got to be right there.
Ashley, is that better?
Is that better? She'll hit us up and let us know in a minute when she hears and says that. And the other thing you might want to do is turn your volume up on your dial.
All right, got you. A lot better.
I'm hearing a ringing a little bit. Is your reverb up?
Nah, might be a little close to my
That's a little better. Yeah, make sure you're reverbing too high because it'll start ringing and doing other things too. But I think that sounds better. I don't know. I have to ask my wife if she can hear you. Hey, I'm gonna step up the stage. Go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to say to all y'all out there. Especially in the East Coast, I can't rep West Coast, but if West Coast send me something for me to play, then I'm gonna play it. But for all y'all know who is trying to make a mark on this underground thing, they don't got no notoriety or got hood status, whatever. You got some music, let me know. Hit me up, Facebook, whatever, because I got quite a few Facebook friends that's doing anything, especially that's coming through the entertainment organization, Platinum Calf, etc. Or just hit me up on my page, drop in copies of the videos, etc. Male and female, right? Get with me, let me know, and when we're doing this little talk show that we got going on, we play your songs. There's quite a few people I like. First Street 5, I definitely want to get you up here. My little cousin, my little nephew, without any doubt. I definitely want Lil Bully up here. Lil Khalil. When y'all see his video, some of y'all heard his music, some of y'all remember when he was traveling on these college circuits and these parties doing these little open mics. He was doing Sting at the age of 14. Now he's a grown man, even got hair on his chest now. That's right, yeah, I'm talking about you, little Neff. His skills is like great. tomorrow, actually, I'm gonna play. Hopefully, I can show you the video. If not, I'm definitely gonna play the song. Right, the boys is Beach living out there in Atlanta. Um, I got another little nephew, Abdullah. He had hit me up a few like a month or so ago. He moved out in not California, and somewhere in the Carolinas, doing this thing on the music tip, and they doing it. They traveling and selling it. These cats and so like thousands of tapes just out of the band, man, mixtapes, and they doing their thing. So I want to try to get him on there, get him and his little crew up here, and get a chance to get them exposed to it. I definitely want to get my other nephew, English Norman, right up here so that y'all can hear the talent on these guys. But some of the names that I mentioned, you're going to hear tomorrow because tomorrow we'll start off a really first official set. Now we're not planning on doing this no more than an hour and a half because we're going to dedicate at least a half an hour to music or maybe 45 minutes to music. And then in between you be a little, communications on whatever our topic is. Might even have a guest speaker speaking,
Right, we're gonna be on more than an hour tomorrow.
What, 2? Roughly around 2 hours is going to be our first show, but generally the show is going to be an hour-long segment. You want it longer than that?
Now, listen. First and foremost, my uncle/brother loves to say that we only going to be on for a certain amount of time. Let me tell you about this man. He'll say that. He'll say he's ready to go to bed. He'll say he's tired. We'll be on talking for another 2 hours after that. So I can tell you we are set for an hour. However, I guarantee you it'll at least be 2.
Well, we be getting up here, we be rolling, and we be enjoying ourselves and we have some healthy topics.
Let me ask you this question though. You saying that? Oh, by the way, my wife says she can hear you now. By the way, you just said about a half an hour ago that we're gonna start winding down.
Yeah, right. But
it is 3 hours and 22 minutes
so
that we've been on, and here's the craziness about it. It don't even sound like you're winding down. And I know I said, hold on a second, because my wife got on and other people got on. I'm not going to hang up in the middle when my wife. I don't. Listen, I will stay on by myself if my wife is on air listening to us.
If you tried to get off and she was on here, I would come to Fresno. I wouldn't fly to Fresno. I would drive to Fresno. Not drive. I would run Gonzalez, come to your house, kick you in both of your legs, and then jog back home.
Your slew foot, the way you walk, you ain't kicking nothing.
That was not funny.
Okay. My mama laughed. Yeah.
Now what?
That's right.
That don't count. Mama laughing at jokes don't count. Ask anybody.
Hey, I don't care. That's my mama, and if she laughs, that's all that matters.
The audience listening. Does mama laughing at your jokes count?
Yes, it does.
Somebody tag in and give me some spill on that. Does mama laughing at your jokes count? I'm waiting. I'm gonna get it.
Hey, Rab, can I say something to you real quick?
Yeah, I'm listening.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm seeing some messages here when people like what they're hearing from coming out of my mouth. So that being said, I must be saying something.
You telling people if they like them jokes that you cracking on me, I'm gonna crack on them.
Listen here with your 2-year-old suit that you got on for Easter. Don't be saying, oh, but are you laughing? And I didn't even finish the joke.
That's funny because the uncle's gonna count, so big brother's gonna count. So I gotta give you that.
Hey, did you notice I said that you got on and it's from Easter? You keep that one out. Remember the matching t-shirt and shorts the men you had for one Easter?
Who? Say it again?
The matching t-shirt and shorts that you and I both had for one Easter.
Yeah. When we was little, I remember that.
Uh-huh. Don't mess with me, man.
You want to talk about my hat and shirt? Guess who brought it?
Don't you say my mama.
Your mama.
Don't you?
Your brother's so ugly he could scare a bulldog off the back of a meat truck.
And that's why you and him look exactly alike.
Sure do.
You got something else to say? Because we can do this all day. I don't talk about mama jokes because your mama is my mama. And my mama is my mama. So therefore, I ain't gonna talk about no mama jokes with you. But I can crack on you all day long, twice on Sunday. You got to remember, I'm gonna tell on myself a little bit. I worked at a high school and a junior high school. I know how to gas. Oh, by the way, that's what they call it now. They don't call it hiking anymore, or ripping, or joking. They call it gassing.
They don't call it hiking anymore, or ripping. They call it gas.
Hey! Why you sound like them old school cartoons? I don't know what you're talking about.
Some brightness, man. Because of the jokes, we don't call them this anymore. We call it gassing. Get some brightness, man.
Hey. Oh, which way did he go? Which way did he go? I'm going stage right. That's what you're doing. Yeah, that's one of them cartoons from back in the day. I hear it in your voice. That's like which way? Hey.
Nieces and nephews and cousins and everybody that hear this. It's not me. It's him. I'm pointing fingers. It's him. It's him. That West Coast brother of mine. That my warrior brother, partner, little brother, little nephew, Ace Boom Coon, my dog. That's him. It's not me. It's him. That's right. You see what we're doing?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you a story that somebody told me. When you point a finger, how many fingers are pointing back at you?
9. See? Let me show you. You pointing?
Oh, wait a minute. So let me get you straight. Now you go point all 5 fingers in that direction?
The other guys, when they talk like this. So
no, that's the East Coast dudes. That's you corny dudes from the East Coast.
Listen, there ain't nothing corny about East Coast. You originally born and raised. You got kidney stones that got East Coast carved in them.
Wait. First of all, I ain't got no kidney stones, so you lost me there. And I don't want any. Don't wish them on anybody. Second of all, y'all some corny dudes. Just keep wondering, y'all. Wait. Since we gonna get it, we gonna talk a little bit about it. Now, I'm loving the fact that we got on that subject.
I'm glad you said it
because I don't think anybody say I'm East Coast 100%. I'm a corny dude. Okay, I'm East Coast 100%. But I'm gonna keep it 100% with you. West Coast so laid back and smooth. They ain't got time to be corny. Y'all cats is corny on a regular because that's how y'all are. And somehow or another, it became funny. Eddie Murphy's not funny. He's just corny. And because he's so corny, it was funny. It was funny. Bruh, see,
Eddie Murphy's funny. Let's keep it real.
Because he's corny. First of all, hold on. Who want to see a grown man take off a robe on Saturday Night Live talking about, I'm getting hot tub. Oh, too hot and hot tub. And he's
I'm a boy, Cat Williams. I'm a boy.
Corny.
That's your friend. That's your West Coast buddy.
First of all, ain't no love in Fresno for no Cat Williams.
Cat Williams, I don't care if he got love in Fresno. He's West Coast.
Hey, all I'm saying is Cat Williams is funny because he's corny, but he ain't get no love in Fresno because he acted up and he came out here.
Corny, so is Cat Williams.
Okay, you ain't hurt my feelings because he is corny.
Now, let me tell you who is funny. Mike Epps.
And he corny.
Mike Epps is funny.
And he's corny.
No, he's not corny. He's funny.
Bruh, listen.
You just like Arsenio Hall.
Listen to the jokes. Listen, if you listen to the jokes, some of the storytelling and the stuff that they do is so corny, you gotta laugh. That's the point I'm getting at.
Arsenio Hall.
I'll give you a prime example. I'll give you the prime example. We talked about Eddie Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
When he did, I believe it was his first one. I think it was on Delirious.
That's what
I think it was Delirious. All right, now you remember
like Rudy Ray Moore.
Oh, yeah. He was 22. He was corny too, and that was his gimmick. Whoa. Wait a minute. Are you sitting here trying to tell me
he was silly, not corny? No, Rudy Ray Moore was silly, not corny. He was super silly.
Rab?
He was.
What's another word for corny? What's another word for corny?
Not silly. Listen to
yes. Silly that word can be used instead of corny.
Look at this image. Just look at this image in your mind. Watch me.
I already know the image.
A fat black man with no muscles doing kung fu tomorrow.
And everybody thought the dude could fight.
They know he was fake fight. He couldn't kick over.
Bruh, everybody thought the dude could fight back then. Why you tripping?
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. It was so over the top. Hey, Rudy Ray Moore was so over the top with that everybody thought that dude was a beast.
No, only you, buddy. No. No.
Like I said, y'all corny on the East Coast. You just showed me right now. No. Really?
And I
just said that's another word for corny.
No.
Rad.
Silly
is another word for corny.
I disagree with you. And I still disagree.
Hey, and you can't disagree. Hey, I told you, opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. You got the right to have your opinion.
Several words you cannot say over the airwaves.
You can't say asshole?
You can't say penis, but the other word for it, like Tom, Dick, and Harry. You can't say.
I told you it was corny, dude. I told you it was corny. Oh my God.
You can't say the word shit too much.
Okay.
So
and then let me know which one of those is a cuss word.
No.
If you're cursing someone, let me know. I'm waiting.
I didn't say that.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, I'm so mad at my parents out there that back in the day, oh, he was cussing at me. Oh, he said shit.
And you know what? You look rather distinguished with that white beard. I'm actually I'm liking that.
If you hate one more time because you can't grow a beard like me.
No, seriously though. I'm giving you a compliment. Like I'm looking at you and remember, it's been so long since I've seen you.
Right.
Until we finally hooked up. It's a sad thing though that I had to see.
Hey, no, it's not sad, Rab. It ain't sad, Rab. It ain't sad.
My sister.
And the reason why it ain't sad is because when you got out, you reached out.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as we got together, we did what?
We clicked, of course.
We clicked.
My little brother growing up.
Right. We clicked. So at the end of the day, it ain't sad. Mm-hmm. We had a time apart, and now we back together.
No doubt. That's
and exactly thousands of miles away, but we talk to each other every day.
Every day.
Exactly.
I'm tired of talking to you too. Jesus Christ.
Man, if you do this during camera, and I'll color your beard back to regular color.
If you can reach through the camera, no, let's go to this track record. If you can reach through this camera, through these microphones, through these wires, and touch me, I'll do whatever you say.
All right, so big game. Check this out. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do it. Watch this. I'm gonna show you how I reach through the camera. Take your hand and put it by the camera.
No. I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to help you prove your
I
point.
told you I was corny. I told you I was corny, but
Now,
I got you to laugh in.
That you told the truth for.
Yeah, but you be laughing.
It's because you're so corny, you can't help but laugh.
What did I say about those comedians?
No, we ain't talking about them. We talking about you. They wasn't corny.
Tell me. Hey, my
They wasn't
skin,
corny.
my skin is thick, player.
Hey, but look,
Talk about me. Talk about it.
I know the pain and suffering now. My nephew and niece had to grow up with. Listen to your corny jokes. Oh my.
Their daddy was a magician too.
Okay, now I can't say you don't do magician, no magic tricks. I don't know that, so I'm not going to speak. I'm not going to put the card.
I'm just saying. The thing about being a daddy that all these deadbeat dads is missing is the fact that they could be a hero to their kids.
Okay.
That they can do things with their kids, and their kids will look up to them. Look, God, your child wants you in their life. Get in their life.
Listen, I just recently, because of like, I'm gonna put this out there and talk to you. I've been locked up a lot of my life, and I have a daughter.
You mean you was on vacation?
Yeah, exactly. And we just started developing a relationship, a bond, and we tight. That's my dog. But the first thing she tell me when I started, yo, Dad, you're corny. Your jokes are corny. You know, I'm laughing. If I laugh, I'm only laughing because I'm your daughter.
Well, hold on. Time out on that. You made the statement you was on vacation for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So when you got back in her life, how old was she?
She was it was off and on. So, but
No. You was locked up for a while. You was locked up for a while. So when you came home this last time,
mm-hmm.
how old was she?
Well, she was a grown woman.
She's a grown woman. So when you're telling a grown woman, corny, arse, I won't use ass, A-R-S-S. When you're telling those jokes to a grown woman, they gonna say they corny.
No, listen to what I just said. When I was telling her jokes when she was younger, she
like how old, Rab?
Corny.
How old, Rab?
Young. I'm not talking about one instance. I'm talking about in different spectrums.
Like how old? But young. You saying young, but like how young? I mean, are you saying from 5 to 12? Are you saying from 12 to 20?
She was corny. From anywhere from 15 to 18, she was corny.
18. Wait.
25 to 30, she said was corny.
Wait. Time out. Where was the earliest age you started telling her jokes and she said you was corny?
I can't remember the earliest age.
You know what? I just saw Aziz up on here right now. That's
Junior's little brother. That's Tahira's brother.
That is crazy. I just noticed. I didn't see it earlier.
Look, pull up the picture and look at him. He looks just like Basim.
Let me pull that picture because he light skinned like him. That's all.
To me, out of the boys, he looked more like Basim than any of them.
Oh, really?
Look. When you see him, you're gonna remember younger Basim. Watch.
Hold up. Somehow I got to this other show. Hold on. Oh, he was looking at the old show. That's what it was. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It popped up saying something about him, and I was trying to jump in there and see it. But I'm gonna have to look him up later. I did not know. Hey, why is Sidney Davis up here? Did he jump in? That's gotta be fun.
Yeah, I heard you. Look. When you see him, you're gonna remember younger Basim. Watch.
Hold up. Somehow I got to this other show. Oh, that's crazy, man. Oh, he was. That is crazy, man.
What happened?
He does look a lot like Basim, but I wouldn't get him mixed up with Basim.
No, if you look at Basim, the Basim,
He's in Georgia.
huh?
He's in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I know he used to live. I knew Basim used to live out there.
Mm-hmm. That's Abdullah. Remember, it's Abdullah, Nafi, Umar.
I don't know all his.
I'm telling you the names now. Abdullah, Nafi, Umar, Khadija, Little Medina. You also got two more that's older than them. I know you don't
All
know.
I know are his
them.
kids,
I'm
Tahira
telling you,
and Medina.
I
And I know
already
that
know.
who was after Medina?
After Medina is Badria. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, because she's how old?
Is
How much younger than Medina?
That I can't remember.
Because that was another one of Lynette's children, right?
No, Badria is Khadijah's daughter.
Okay, but then I thought Lynette had two kids by. I thought Lynette had two kids by Basim.
No, the second kid is by Rahman.
Rahman.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Good brother grew up with me. Rahman Agram, very good, strong soldier.
He grew up with you, and he made out with
listen, I ain't got to do with that. They grown folks.
Yeah, but man, come on now.
That's the way the world works, man. That's what it is, bro. Don't hate, Nate. Congratulate.
Okay. Whatever you say.
That'd be my stance with it. But look, Khadijah's and Basim's oldest child is Badria. Then there's Sharia.
Oh, excuse me, I'm yawning on there.
And then there's the oldest boy, which is Abdullah. Then I believe it's Nafi. Then Umar. Then little Khadijah. Then little Medina.
Okay. I don't know.
I think it's another one, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken.
All right, Rap. I don't know the other ones. So I know the ones. I don't know the other ones.
Well, those are little cousins.
But it's good to see my young brother there. He does resemble his daddy a little bit. It's good to see, man. It's just good to know that I got relatives all over the place. And man, what people was okay?
Well, look, let me say this.
Man, we got a lot of love today, man.
Yes. We're going to join. This is how we're going to do it tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to join both of our Facebook pages because between the two of us, we have over 5,000 followers. So we're going to put that network together. And tomorrow's show is going to be a little bit of music. We have a little bit of music with it, a little bit of conversation.
What music we going to play?
Well, whatever you choose, whatever you want to pick up. But
no, man, I'm not, bro.
Listen. We're doing underground. We settled on that. We're not doing that.
From people call in and give it to us.
Look, you got artists on YouTube who got open libraries that want you to play their music. Who hasn't been like they don't got no record label deals and.
You gonna have to talk to me on how to get their music because I've never done that. I'm still new at the game of joining in the YouTube and getting underground artists. But I will give any of those underground artists some play just to show them the love because you know what? These big companies can kick rocks.
Oh, I'm back. I don't know if I told you this. I had spoke to YouTube today too. And I was told that there's a select music that we can use from their libraries.
You talk to them.
Yeah, they hit me on a text thing, and when they was talking about the banning us from you because we was using other people's music and the rest of that.
Yeah.
But they said that there's a library where we can sort for music from that don't put us under that copyright infringement title.
And did they show you the library?
They gave me the thing to go through because you and I are going to do probably later on tonight. We're going to go through some of it and see what's what. There's also
let's get off the air.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a break, and then don't turn off your deal. We're just gonna get off the air. Ladies and gentlemen, Warrior Brothers Coast to Coast is going to sign out. We may be back on later playing a little bit of music again because Rabil just told me we have the opportunity to do that. So I'm going to find out about it. He just walked off stage without saying anything. But I just want to say we'll talk to you guys later. And in those words of that brother from another mother, Don Cornelius, may he rest in peace, love, peace, and soul.